Hello, everyone. Is my mic working? Yes, it is. Fantastic. Welcome back to Banter Streams and this ever-going, hopefully forevermore, campaign of Thoria, the Broken World. This is episode 6. Episode 6 already. Yes, so we are back at it. Welcome back to the show. If you've caught up with the rest of the shows, thank you so much. If you haven't and wonder what the hell is going on, I'm about to tell you in a few brief moments. But we are nerds that call into Discord and play Dungeons and Dragons. And we're having a fantastic time with this game. I, as always, would like to thank my cast for playing. I would like to thank everyone else for watching. I would like to thank the people who are actually coming back every time we do this to check the game out. It's incredible. But we are just happy to play. This is why we're here. This is what we do. So I'm not going to take any more time with this at all. And I'm going to go into the play screen and say hello to my beautiful cast. So, hello, guys.
Hello.
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 This is like my happy place. me surrounded by cameras. All right. I'm going to mute that.
Here's that sweet recap.
Here is that sweet recap. Sponsored by, no, I wish. Apple, I hope, if you keep doing the things with the hand signals. That'll be awesome. Right. So, last we left off. Bring some ominous music back in, because why not?
Yeah. We were being pirates.
We were being pirates. Right. So, episode 5 recap. We rejoined our party at the end of a tense exchange. Tad, having been flung against the hull of the ship via an eldritch blast from Bird, decided to retreat the deck of the ship, away from the situation. Bird actually remembered little from the encounter. Opal went back to her bunk to check on the Chimmigans. What she found was very different. There was a pile of fine ash in front of a box the Chimmigans called home. Inside the box, there were no sign of the tiny inhabitants. All that remained was a slowly rocking spear of the male, a faint purple glow at the end, before it went dark and snapped in two, motionless. Virgil, the quartermaster of the depth charge, saw that Tad was in need of a little counsel, and offered a friendly ear at the bow of the ship. While Elwyn, deciding that enough was enough and she'd had a day, drew her rapier dawn song and went to town on the rear mast. Before all retired for a night, leaving Tad to his thoughts and a minor exhaustion. The next morning the party woke and investigated a pile of ash. Isha managed to find a scrap of leather bearing an emblem. The sigil was that of a monastic order known as the Path of Ionos, Ionos being the god of thunder in our pantheon of deities. This particular symbol represented the temple known as the Priory of the Tempest. Landfall! The depth charge pulled into the port of Shanty Isle, a pirate-run destination for most mercenary vessels in the Shimmer Sea, to refuel, repair, and relax. Captain Hylia mentioned that she will be taking some time at the Siren's Salon for the remainder of the day. Our party had other ideas, mainly hats, and also boats, and they also had a treasure map. As luck would have it, further down the docks, a small, blonde-haired, innocent, vulnerable 8-year-old boy was holding a sign next to a small schooner in the bay saying, "For sale." The party decided to separate. Isha and Bird went for the boat, and the rest went for hats and stuff. The harbour master, Omid Gluss, directed them towards a shop that moments before was not there. A dome of twisting vines, moss, and a plethora of flora adorning its bows. Team Boat approached the boy, who they learnt his name was Toby. He was instructed by his father to sell the boat while he was at work. Isha, who had just purchased a bottle of fire whiskey from a drunk tabaxi, took pity on the boy. He offered 100 gold and a bottle of fire whiskey for the boat. He then tried to convince the boy to leave his wicked father and join the crew of his own. Maybe the depth charge was have use of a young youth with a strong back and a good heart. After some convincing, Toby accepted the offer and skipped down the dock towards his new future. Meanwhile, Team Hats and stuff were counting their money. They realised they might be a little short for the components and items they required. By pure happenstance, a small blonde-haired, excited boy came skipping in their direction, holding a flask of liquid and what looked like a rather generous coin purse. Tad saw an opportunity and took it, stealthily relieving Toby of his newfound fortune as Toby was mesmerised by Virgil on board ship. Team Hats and stuff were now rather plush with coin and decided to forget the robbery on a small child and buy some things. The vine-domed shop was home to a beautiful female dryad and a familiar, a raven called Mad-Eye. Think of Mad-Eye Moody from Harry Potter, but if he was a raven and a bit angry.
Perfect.
Whatever our adventurers wanted... Whatever our adventurers wanted was available to them, as the Dryad could magically alter items on the shelves at will, pulling new ones from the ether into display. Upon seeing Elwyn, the Dryad uttered a greeting of sorts that made Elwyn flee from the shop with haste. Tad and Opal continued their purchases, after getting a couple of found magic items identified also. A bold, doomed to fail flirtation from Tad to ask the Dryad to join him failed, but she graciously declined his generous offer.
Doomed to fail feels unnecessary.
No.
Right out the gate.
Now, you
I'm
did
not
not know.
upset.
You didn't know the DC in my head, dude.
That's fair.
When the party reunited at their boat, which is now named the Corsair, the name has been newly etched into the hull by Bonnie, Bird's new sprite familiar. The party was Isha at the helm, and Elwyn, bundled in her panic corner in a disguise, sailed around Shanty Isle to the destination they believed was marked with a red X on the map. On their journey, they got a great view of the dense jungle that covered most of the island and heard and occasionally saw some of the jungle's denizens. After a while, they arrived at a cove at the rear of Shanty Island, moored the Corsair, and stepped onto a sandy beach, whereupon they were immediately attacked by skeletons. After a frustrating battle, but showcasing new skills and abilities, the skeletons were dispatched and sent back to their sandy graves. The party now focused on the cave looming in the cliff face further inland. Crossing the threshold of the cave's entrance on several failed stealth checks, something awoke in the dark ahead. It spoke and invited, "Adventurers of old, rise and greet our guests." And that is where we left off. A show. Let me bring up a screen for you to look at.
I love the implication that all of Team Hats and stuff took the money off of the kid. Well, we know.
You were all
who was
complicit.
really
You were
responsible.
all complicit.
Like, I'm gonna steal any. Like, Opal's gonna steal anything.
Like, we're gonna stop Tad.
Listen,
But
I've
he's
said
so
it many
small.
times before. He's good at one thing. That's it.
Let me do my
That's all
shit.
he's good at.
I've been thinking about that moment for the past week, and I didn't orchestrate him being there to go past you so you could rob him. I orchestrated him to be there so there was a boat. But then I saw a perfect opportunity when you guys are going, well, I need 50 more gold, I need 100 more gold. I'm like, da. Here comes Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist.
Please,
The
sir,
DM provides.
I'd like some more. Right. I'm going to go into the battle screen. We're not rolling initiative just yet because all you've heard is a voice, but I'm going to show you where you are.
God.
Okay.
So you are there. Can you all see that?
Oh. Sure
Yeah.
can.
Oh.
Oh boy. I don't think I'm supposed to see what I saw, but oh man.
Oh, I see some. Okay.
Just don't look. Just don't look.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
I got it.
Don't worry about it.
Shelby, we're fine.
Oh no, I have to zoom out even more. Oh.
You just,
no.
you just in the minis, haven't you?
Totally fine.
Just in the minis. I tried to hide them off screen, but you just in the minis. You tricksy players, you. Right, okay, so, as Tad went in first, probably about, I would imagine, there.
Sure.
Who tripped over who? Was it Bird tripping over Opal? Or the other way around?
No,
Bird.
I was in front of Bird, so Bird tripped over me.
Bird tripped
That-
over
yeah,
you.
that makes-
Yes, okay, so you were there. I'll just put you there. Isha, are you coming into the space at all?
Yes, I was right amongst the group, like right in the middle of the group. So I feel like everyone just tripped on each other into one giant
Yeah.
pile.
The Blade Bros were in the front, and the Squishies were in the back.
And the squishies are in the back. Okay, so I'll do that. Just as a representation of where you maybe Tad a little bit further forward. Right, so
Just a party pile.
it's a nice little clump, isn't it? I'll let you move yet because all you've heard so far is a voice. I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
Perception.
It's a nat 1.
Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 4.
I also rolled a nat 1.
7.
I rolled a 3 for a 7.
Wow.
Starting so strong, guys.
Okay, so you see a
We're still
cave.
I
good
got
at this.
4 with my nat 1, but it's still a nat 1.
We don't see shit.
Fuck.
No.
All right.
Found shit.
Well, even with such low rolls. By the way, Taddy, are you Batman right now?
For sure goggles. Cowl is down, but for sure goggles, yeah.
Awesome. All
Yeah,
right.
for the dark vision. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, just remind me again which of you have got dark vision. We've got Bird who's got dark vision, Elowen who's got dark vision, now Tad has got dark vision. Isha, you don't, right? Because you
I do
are
not.
human.
I am human.
Right, so I'm just going to shrink this slightly for you people. Okay, so directly ahead of you, I've kind of explained this in the past session, but I'll do it again. With those fantastic perceptions checks, you can see practically nothing. Apart from, directly to your left, you can see a small mote of light. Directly ahead of you, that's the very one. Directly ahead of you, you can see yet another small mote of light. Further on from
Right.
that, but directly behind it, you can see a very faint mote of light. And to your right, you can see one
Yes.
more further mote of light. These are around about 60 feet away from you, just on the edge of your visual range. The rest of it, you cannot see. Those of you with dark vision, what you see is basically some broken down, what used to be boxes, or crates or barrels or something of that description. It's just pieces of wood which used to be in a different shape, but are now broken. There are small pathways made of stone that go towards each one of the plinths. Oh, sorry, I missed one. There's also one ahead of you up to the left in the bottom corner. That's the one. So altogether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motes of light. And you heard an ominous voice just gave an instruction of some sort, but you don't know what that means.
Can I roll an Arcana or something to see if I know what those lights are?
Absolutely.
$11.
11.
Yeah.
Are you getting closer to them, or are you staying where you are?
No, right from where I am.
Just where you are. All you can tell is that they are a light source. It doesn't look like flame. It just looks like there is light there. Also, it doesn't look like the light source is being permeated through the ceiling or through the walls or anything. It is literally a light source, not necessarily hanging in place. It seems like it's anchored to something, but it looks like a light bulb of, you know. It's just got a standard lamp
How
gun.
tall
Click.
is this? How tall is the ceiling in this cave?
Oh, it's about 80 feet.
Oh,
It's a really tall. No, actually, no, 60 because the outside wall was 60, so it can't go taller than that. But yeah, 60 feet is the highest point. It's concave, so there are obviously higher bits and lower bits.
sure.
I say the lowest part of the ceiling is probably about 30 feet, and it goes up to 60 at the apex.
Okay. In that case, so I can look up and see the ceiling of the cave.
Yes.
Theoretically. Okay. So I'm gonna. And is there anything of interest up there? Is it just like stalactites and things?
Well, with your dark vision grayscale,
With the nat one.
with an at
Yeah.
one, you see the roof of the
That's fair.
cave.
That's valid. I see the roof of the cave. All right, that's it. Dope. Okay. I'm gonna just out of insecurity, start to levitate and fly maybe 10 feet up.
Okay.
Um,
In place,
just
or are you
to
moving
Try
forward?
to get some kind in place. No,
Place.
I'm staying around the group, just up
All right.
and holding.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
We're in a dark cave, and she hears voices. I think Bird wants to cast mage armor on herself, so that's a plus 2, 13 plus its dex modifier.
So
So it becomes 14, which is more than it was.
yep. So mark off the spell slot. So you've
Yep.
got mage armor up for the next until a long rest, basically.
Yeah, and that one's at will. It doesn't. It's one of my invocations.
Invocations, yes.
Oh.
Gary's
Yeah.
putting
Invocation.
Thomas
You-
Edison
you're
facts in
using
the
the spell
chat.
slot?
What?
Gary is putting Thomas Edison facts in the chat because I mentioned the light bulb.
Amazing. Amazing. If it's an invocation, do you mark off a spell slot, or is it like a one-time use?
It's at will.
It sh-
Yeah. it's
It'll
just
say
at-
next to it. Then I think you're. I don't think you mark off that spell slot then.
No, I don't.
No, it's like it's almost like
I got it.
racial or class traits.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
a free
it
it's
is.
a free action.
Amazing.
Okay, so mage armor's up. So you see this like almost like dull green like spectral glow just in front of you. Bonnie just sees that appear and sort of just like ducks behind the little corner that's coming over your shoulders, so she's covered.
Yeah,
too.
she can like sit in my collar or something.
Uh-huh. We have a sprinkle, everyone. Kill me. All right, what's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna be prepared to cast mirror image on myself, but it only lasts a minute, so I don't want to
You don't want to waste a spell. So
jump the gun.
You're gonna
Yeah,
hold
I
it
don't want to
until
jump the
you
gun,
see
but I'm
something.
kind of if things pop off, I'm basically holding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold mirror
You're gonna-
image.
yeah, so hold an action to cast if perturbed to do so.
Yes. Should battle pop off.
Should bad juju raise its ugly head? Right, Isha, are you just chilling or?
Isha's gonna walk forward a little bit, and
Show me where. Show me where. Like to
that's
see
where I
have a
can't think.
car.
He wants to move about here, just a couple feet forward, to kind of just get the attention. If there's anything in the dark, that he'd be the one they focus on first.
As soon as you step forward onto that rocky area, the light source to your left just starts to emanate ever so slightly brighter. And then you hear the voice that you first heard when you entered this space ring out in the cavernous area and just say, "Are you their leader?"
Isha yells back, I lead none, but I collaborate with many.
Silence for a few moments. As you speak, your voice echoes around this chamber quite a long time. It's bouncing off many flat surfaces. When the sound finally dissipates from your voice, same voice comes forward. Not willing to stand tall. Might be a failing. Maybe I'll go for your friends first. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
There it is. Oh boy. Okay. 15.
Right.
Just give me 2 seconds just to change the
Yeah.
mood.
The mood. Tiny. These are grounded.
Turn this up.
Dice.
Okay. Right. Where's my initiative book?
Grounded.
Okay,
God,
here we
okay.
are.
That's
Here
fine.
we are. Right, 25 to
Trying
20.
to knock you up a little bit.
Anyone get within 25 to 20? No?
Nope.
Oh, damn, I'm going to roll for my guys first. Ooh.
I don't like those sounds.
No, not many people do when I do that. Right, okay, so 20 to 15.
19.
18.
19. What's your dex, Bird? Sorry, Elowen, please. The modifier.
My dex is +2.
Ooh. Hold, please, caller. Right, okay. Rollies. Get a d20 and roll it.
Rollies?
Rollies?
15.
Got a 4, you're going first.
And then I
Awesome.
got a 15.
You got a 15, and Opal got 18, yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. Good roll for someone with practically no dex modifier. Okay, so 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
Oh.
I rolled a 9.
9. There he is.
Shelby? Jeez.
Oh.
Was that a 3?
3.
Yes.
Was that one?
No, it was a 2.
Bird and Isha.
Wait.
I pulled out different dice.
Okay.
Your initiative should be at least. Right?
Not if
Is
her
it your
dex is
plus or
bad.
Yeah, what's your dex
If we
modifier?
have negative dex.
I have +1 to dex. My initiative's +1.
You got a +1
Shouldn't
to
it be
dex.
plus your proficiency?
No, your
No.
your
Dex plus
initiative
proficiency?
bonus is just your
It's just your
dexterity
dex,
modifier.
yeah.
That's it. Some people do get add the proficiency depending on the class or the race. But
Oh, I got rogue shit. That's what that is. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Let
That's
me
right.
be that.
Rub it in.
Way
I'm
to
sorry. I'm sleepy.
Aw.
That road chick's
Should have
good
went to
stuff.
bed when I did last night.
It's true.
How much later did you stay up?
Oh, much.
Uh-huh.
Oh, much.
Okay. I'm going last.
We don't know that. The whatever he has planned for us might have rolled a 1.
Let's be
Yeah.
real.
Right. Elowen, You're up first. You don't see anything.
So my mirror image, is that counting as my action this turn, or was that a...
No, you
separate?
were holding your action in case something arrived.
Right.
So if something doesn't arrive, then you don't spend the action. I'll allow
Okay.
that. Normally, what would happen is if it gets to your turn and you don't do it, you would expend that spell slot. But I'm going to say is you don't see anything. You wouldn't then naturally go to defend yourself if you don't see anything. You know something's there, but it's your choice whether to do it or not.
Okay. Since we're in initiative, I'll go ahead and do that. Elowen's having a day, 24 hours. She's struggling a little bit with like who she was, who she is, who she's gonna be, and so she does a crown stitch in her sash, and 3 replicas of herself come out, but one has a like radiating halo, one has a crown, and one has a veil that are all translucent, and they just kind of flank her,
The
and she
plot
gets ready for...
thickens.
Are these just
very
like
cool.
like sort of like they look exactly like you as it's a carbon copy, or is it just like an ethereal light
Yes.
or something that's shaped like you?
Like a carbon copy
Carbon copy. All right.
with the translucent headgear.
Fantastic. All right. So they are now out
Yeah.
around you.
Uh,
Are you
and then... I don't want to move. Well, actually, can you tuck me back and like... I'll come over here a little bit.
near
Kinda
to
off to the
the
side.
light source? Yep.
Yeah, like between the light source and where I am right now.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And that's it.
That's the end of your
I'm
turn.
done. Yeah.
Okay. What you now see emerge from the darkness
Oh, good spot. Great spot.
It's right there.
It's right
Hey,
there.
Rose, let's go.
That's a horrible spot.
a plume of dust just starts to billow from the ground as it starts to grow and grow and grow and continue to grab more dust around it, and then this dust turns into black smoke, and the black smoke starts to rise and rise and rise and rise. Tad, this gives you a little bit of a ping for something you've maybe seen before in a previous cave. The smoke starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it stands about maybe 7 feet tall, and then you can see features start to arrive, eyes start to sink in, a nose, a pointed chin, a thin, writhy, muscly sort of body, no hair, bald head, and just wafts of black smoke appearing off it as the eyes start to glow bright red. And he just looks at you, Elowen, and says, "Time to die." And he's going to attack you with one of his abilities, which is called Life Drain. So he's going to move over to you, and it is +4 to hit. Does a 13 hit you?
It does.
Okay.
And he will hit one of my mirror images.
Hits a mirror image. Okay.
Mhm.
So
So I have 2 left.
as he reaches out his hand, you just see this dark pulse of like dark purple, black necrotic energy just go into the mirror image as a mirror image glitches out of existence. He stands back, just sort of like just looking, and smiles. Now he's sort of got an idea what's going on. He is, however, going to use a second attack. And he's going to hit you with a dark spectral sword. Appears in his hand, made of smoke. Solidifies into what looks like rusted iron or rusted steel or something, just dripping with this dark smoke energy. And he's going to swing at you with that. That is going to be a 21 to hit. Which I know hits you.
And it hits another.
It's
mirror image.
another mirror image. Okay. So, as with the frustration of the first one, is so when it glitch out of existence, it comes forward and takes a stock for a second and goes, "That one." Goes in. It disappears. 2 left. You and another.
Yes.
He is going to remain in that space.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn. So, Opal, you're up. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to cast Sorcerer's Burst on him.
Okay.
That's a cantrip.
Is this a save from me or a roll from you?
It's a roll for me
Go
to
for it.
attack.
Go for it.
20, not a dirty 20.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
Definitely hits.
Oh no.
Two damage. Let's call it
2.
lightning damage.
2 lightning damage. Okay, so he gets shocked with the lightning damage. Doesn't seem to phase him. The smoke just dissipates for a second, and then just reforms into the body. And he's just floating there, just like smiling and looking at you. You can see these red eyes are starting to get deeper and deeper and deeper for every second that passes. Are you staying put?
I'm gonna move back into that tunnel a little bit.
Into the entrance?
Yeah, like
I'll pop you behind Bird there.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, so you've got like partial cover behind one
Yeah.
of your allies who is taller.
It's
What
fine.
kind of damage was that?
Lightning damage.
There was 2 damage as well. Right, okay, so
Yeah.
Opal, that's the end of your
I get
turn.
to choose what kind of damage to do, so
Yeah.
I can change that up.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
what you're trying to do.
end of your turn. Tad, it's your turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to fly down right next to him
Okay.
with my rapier out and just go for a thrust.
Go for it.
Can I take this with advantage?
You are disadvantaged currently, so it's just a standard roll because so you're currently exhausted still.
I think I played it wrong because I think exhaustion only affects ability checks. 3rd level exhaustion affects attack rolls.
Is an attack
I
roll?
think
No,
last
an
game-
attack roll is not an ability check. An initiative is an ability check, but you are correct. Yes, so yes, you can take an advantage
Yeah.
as Eloin is flanking.
Ooh, okay, that's 1 natural 1, but also a 13. Plus stuff, so 13 plus 7. Yeah, 13 plus for dirty 20.
20 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll
Alrighty,
damage.
so that is. I'm gonna roll sneak attack as well, which is currently 2d6 plus 1d8 plus 5. So let's roll 1d8. Ooh, not great. 2d6 is really good though. So 13 plus 5 for 18 damage.
Damn. 18
With a
damage.
stab right through the back of the smoke monster.
As you do that and plunge your sword into the back of the thing and then retort, the thing spins around, looks at you and goes, "I've seen you before, boy." And just
Not again.
just growls in your face. Is it the end of your turn, or are you going to do rogue shit?
I'm going to. I'm gonna stick with that. Actually,
You're staying where you are.
I'm gonna stick with that. That's end of my turn.
Okay, dokie. Right, end of Tad's turn. It is Isha. You're up.
Isha is going to just run up to this smoke monster and say, for someone being the heroes of old, you sure fight like a coward, and take a swipe with his longsword with 2 hands.
That D10, baby.
Oh, psychic damage for that? Oh my god.
That was a
A little-
10 to hit.
Unfortunately, that misses. So as you say these very strong words, do you walk towards him? Obviously, with him melee about there.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you take double-handed swing at him, he just raises his dark blade and just parries it off and say, "Words mean nothing, coward."
Do you get a? Are we flanking? Do you get advantage for flanking?
I don't know. I don't know how flanking.
Technically, you're not
Uh,
flanking. You'd have to be on the opposite side there to get the.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 180. It's 180, not 90, unfortunately.
I'm like, I do still think he should take fire damage because he burnt.
You burnt. No, he's not taking that.
Okay.
So are you? You just got one attack on your turn now.
Just one attack on my turn.
Just
Yes.
one attack on your turn. So that's the end of your turn. So now it is Bird.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Well, okay. So I think she's just gonna go up and take a stab with the dagger and just get him on the other side.
So
Here.
do you want to form a cross? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So fully
I will-
surrounded, this guy is.
Yeah. Take a dagger. He just seems too close to do anything else. I just want to check something. Yeah, it's +3. Okay.
And roll.
14.
14 does hit.
Okay.
I'll roll for
So it's
damage.
1d4 plus 1. So it's 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
Piercing.
4 piercing damage. You dig the blade in. It comes out. You don't see it doing as much damage as you'd like.
Right. Okay.
Just to let you know. But he does acknowledge the hit, turns around and goes, "Elf." Right. As that happens,
Interesting.
there is a barrel here. You see a pair of arms reach out of that barrel, and a body follows it with arms, legs, a body, a torso, a head, sort of slightly hanging off one side. Flesh is dripping off the mandible bone and down a little bit. There is things hanging off his arm that shouldn't be. His clothes are tattered. His eyes are sunken white and just looks like they're rotting. There is a smell that you'd never wish to smell again in your entire life. It's this putrid zombie just crawls out of the barrel. The barrel breaks in half as he starts to shamble towards you. As another comes out from under this piece of wood here and starts to crawl and grab and pull himself up to standing. As another comes out from behind a rock that was back here, and they all stare at you and start to shamble towards you. They are going to move in. The move speed. Ooh, they can shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. There. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can get right in range. Okay, so the one next to Opal is going to take an attack on Opal
Oh,
The
great.
worst mosh pit ever.
with a claw attack. And he rolled a 3.
Yep, doesn't hit. Yay.
You lucky little rock gnome.
Yes.
Yep, that's the end of his turn. He doesn't know anything else, so he's just standing there, just like clawing down at you. Doesn't really understand the size difference, if you know what I mean. So he's going for something like he's like 5'5", and then he just looks down and he goes, "Oh," and then he's going to start pawing at the ground more towards where you are. This one here is going to go for Isha with a claw
Okay.
attack, which is a plus 21 to hit.
That does hit.
That does hit. Going to be. That is 5 points of slashing damage as the claws extend from its hand and just rakes across your chest. That will be the end of his turn. This one is going to go for Elowin. She's right next to her. That's a natural 2. I can't buy a hit. Right, that's the end of their go. Two more things appear. I can grab hold of them. Where are they? There he is. You see a very gaunt, fully formed, pale-fleshed humanoid just apparate into the space. Just float in. It comes out of one of these walls here and lands there. You see at the front of his face is that where the mouth should be, there's just an open maw, and there are jagged teeth that stick out at angles on the lower and upper jaw, but the jaw never comes together, it just hangs open, this like tongue just snaking out of it. As one of its friends appears on the other side, near the other barrel, there. They are going to charge as far as they can with distance on their turn, so 5, 10, 35, you can get to there, and 5, 10, 30, 35. Can get to there, and he will take an attack on Isha with a claw. That is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Not hit. So, learning from your previous mistake, keeping your guard up. The claw goes over, it just hits steel, and you parry it away. But he just now stands there. It's not making a sound. It's just staring in your face. These sunken eyes, just burying into the back of your skull, and you can just see this dark ichor just dripping out of his mouth. Right, that's the end of their turn. So back to the top of the initiative round, and it's my guy. So he is going to. You just see him look around at all of you really quickly, and then just disappear. And he reappears there. And he's going to end his turn at that point. So, it is Elowin. Now, you don't get an attack of opportunity against the movement because it was a teleport, not a movement. So he didn't move out of melee. He disappeared and reappeared 30 feet ahead of you.
Makes sense.
He is. Whoop, I didn't mean to ping. Okay. I want to do an Ermine Stitch in my sash and collect some radiant energy at my fingertips in the needle and kind of shoot it at the guy and cast Starry Wisp.
Okay.
That is an attack roll.
That's an attack roll.
So that is 19 to hit.
19 hits. 19 definitely hits.
And that's 1d8. 4 points of radiant damage. And he now emits dim light for 10 feet radius and can't be invisible until the end of my next turn.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay. So yeah, so you see this sparkle just hit him. It he winces and his eyes start to close a little bit. He doesn't like this radiant damage whatsoever, and the fact he's hanging over him now, he's tries to start to change his form almost, so shift his head over where he won't take any damage, but he fails and just keeps bringing him back. Yeah, he's upset. Are you staying where you are?
Yes.
One moment, caller.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Your move is very important to us.
Stay.
You're going to stay where you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, Opal, you're up. You have a zombie on your ass.
I am going to firebolt that ass.
Okay. Dead ass. Fire!
That is not. Well, 17.
Oh, definitely hits.
Sweet. Okay. And then that's a D10. 7.
7 points of damage.
And then
So you finally release a firebolt. It hits its mark, and you see flames burn the clothes away that you can see on the creature's chest. The rib cage is now a black, charred mess, and you can see the ribs and some of the internal organs, which are a dark green color that you didn't really want to see.
no.
Are you staying where you are, or do you want to move?
I want to move to there. Like in between Bird and
In between
Elwyn.
Ben and Elwyn, okay.
Yeah.
As you move around, he is going to take a swipe at you because you've moved out of his combat range. So he's going to take one claw attack. That's a dirty 20 to hit you.
Oh, crap. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm kind of not, but I have to be a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
So that's 4 points of slashing damage as you go past, and you just feel it rake across your back as you go past. It hurts, and your clothes are now ripped, and it's gone into this flesh at the back on your spine nearly. That was a heavy hit for you.
Yeah.
You are moved out of its melee range now, so you are safe for the moment. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Tad, you're up.
Okay. Okay. I am going to move 1 square up, so I'm next to Bird.
Yep.
I'm not disengaging or anything. If that provokes an attack of opportunity, letting that go through as it would.
Mhm.
If not, then that's fine as well.
Oh, right.
I
Yes, of course. He will take a
just
swing.
throwing it out there.
He will take a swing.
Yeah. Okay.
Bear with me. 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Do not hit, so you manage to move before
Yeah.
it gets an opportunity to swing.
Quick enough. Okay, so I am gonna risk this for the biscuit and assume
Risky for this.
that Isha is fast. That's where I'm at. So I am going to cast. You see, Tad has a rapier in one hand in his right hand, and then he kind of stretches his left hand out, and his eyes go back for a second, and you suddenly see a massive 20 by 20 foot cube of is that 20? There it is. There in that area of just not opaque, a kind of shiny, pearlescent, translucent cube. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Yeah, man.
So anything within that cube, if it is attacked, is going to be attacked with advantage.
Yes. And it also illuminates them, doesn't it, as well? It's just that you cast
It sure does.
like a glitter dust
It's
over
a big,
them.
glowing, big
glitter bomb.
Isha.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Including
Isha, you now have a wonderful facial of this glorious
big old green glitter.
radiant glitter that's now attaches to your face. As do your two friends either side of you, left and right, as these disgusting looking dead things just go as this thing arrives around them.
And don't forget the no mouth.
Oh yeah, the no mouth.
the
The no mouth doesn't speak, so the no mouth is just looking just disgruntled as it always does.
There you go.
Because you would if you looked like that.
That's fair. Okay, and then at this point, I'm going to fly. That was 5 feet. I'm going to take the rest of my movement into. Actually, yeah, into like this corner here at 25.
Okay. Are you or are you maintaining ground? Are you still flying?
I'll fly there, but land, just so I can go kind of
land. Yep.
maneuver through
So,
Opal and
happy there, yeah.
Bird. Exactly, and then I will bonus action hide.
Okay, roll for stealth.
Which this has disadvantage. Where's my d20 go? Okay, well. All right. The first one that stopped was a 19, and then the second one that stopped was a 3. So, still a 12 total.
That stat is broken.
I love it so much.
It's brilliant. I
Oh,
love,
it's great.
I love rogues.
Yeah.
Right, so it's so you believe that you are hidden behind something that is over in that direction. Ending your turn. Isha, you are up. So now you have 2 glittery zombies either side of you, and right in front of you, you have what is now affectionately known as No Mouth. Who is also now just looking at you, silent yet glittering. What would you like to do?
Isha would like to jump 1 space back out of the fire,
Okay.
and
So
then
there.
that would provoke opportunity.
No, you're
attack
still
with-
within 5 feet, so you don't.
Oh, okay.
You can basically move the entire. You can move like round here and not provoke any attacks from an enemy. If you move outside of their melee range, which is 5 feet, so if you'd have gone further that way, then they would have been able to take a swipe. But if you stay within that 5 feet ring, you're good.
Even with no face?
Even. Ooh, no face. Yeah, he's gonna take a swipe.
Okay. I figured no face would swipe at me.
It just took a long time for him to react. That's how I'm gonna play that. Right. Yeah, he rolled an 8. You're fine. So he does like reach. He almost reaches out to say like, "Where are you going?" And just misses. All right, what do you do?
And Isha is going to then take a swipe with his longsword, 2-handed, against the zombie in front of Elowen.
So this one right here.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay.
Or to attack.
And then that's with advantage because of the fairy fire,
It's
right?
an advantage because of fairy fire. Yes.
That is a dirty. It's 21.
Hit. Yes. More than
And then
somewhat.
that would be. And then that's a D10,
There's a D10. Just D10 plus your strength.
which is 3, so 8 damage.
Ooh, nice. Hot, sir. Okay. So you take a big old swing this time. You actually just give a little glance over to Mr. Smokey over on your right-hand side, and just do one of those. Just one of those Easter classics. It's a no-look swing. Two-handed. Elowen, you just hear this of sword go over your head, and you see an arm just break off and land on the ground. He just looks
Nice.
down and just picks the other arm up and starts to go for you. Is that the end of your turn, Isha?
It is.
Okay, Bird, you're up.
Okay. I would like to she
Rage.
saw Opal take a hit and kind of skitter past her. So she wants to step back out like here into the hallway so I can see zombie man back here. It's like right here.
Give me a ping.
That's 10 feet. Right here.
Oh god, the bloody cameras have gone weird. One sec.
Oh no.
Oh, because
We lost. we
yeah.
lost the music.
Yeah, we lost the music. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Seconds.
I thought it was me because my cat jumped on my computer. Everybody breathe. Everybody breathe. We're okay.
There's no breathing in D&D.
There we go.
Okay,
Yay.
we're good.
I love it that it actually now just snaps back into place when this thing just decides to work. Right, apologies about that. Okay, well, sorry, what are you doing?
Okay, so I want to go here.
There we go. I can see the ping now.
Back into the opening.
So, is it there next to the zombie?
No, one back.
Further forward. No.
Thank you.
No.
Nope.
No, you bastard.
And then I want to Eldritch Blast him.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Which is... I keep having to go back and
Eldritch...
forth.
Eldritch Blast? No!
It's a +5. Okay. It's a 24.
Absolutely hits him.
That was better. Okay, and then it's a D10. Yeah, okay.
In fact, with the 24, you see one of his relatives just peek up from the other side of the cave and go, ow! And then it disappears.
That's a 10. It's a 0.
God
yeah.
damn.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, Mother Mary. Okay. So you just swing round very very dexterously as an elf. Spot this thing as it's just before its head even turns to see you. You've already fired the green plant-like energy out of your fingers, and it just wraps round its head. Turns. It doesn't quite snap, but it is now semi-released from the neck, and it's just sort of hanging like this now. That was a big hit. Now its jaw like snaps back into place and just looks at you and just makes a horrible noise. I'm so glad my throat's better. I can do these weird, wonderful noises again. It was such a pain last time. Right. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
And then I have my Steps of the Fae now, which gives me a Misty Step as a bonus action.
Oh.
But I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Can I be a little finicky? So I get Refreshing Step, which after I teleport, you or one creature you can see within 10 feet gains 1d10 temporary hit points. One person, or could I split my roll?
Who do you want to give it to?
I would like to split it between Opal and Isha, so like I could just honestly just Misty Step right back into where I was.
So back into place in the collection here.
Here, yeah.
Okay.
Or I mean, I could go here because it's within 10 feet. I could Misty Step over
Is
here.
it 30? Is 30 feet the movement speed on the?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you split it between two people?
It does say one. I was just gonna.
You know what? We're in a world where wild magic exists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to roll a d20 for me. If you get 1 to 10, I'm going to say yes. If you get a 11 to 20, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Then you can only do one target.
It's 19. Now I'm rolling well.
I'm really sorry.
Okay.
I let the dice decide that wasn't me.
No, that's totally fine. So I will Misty Step onto the other side of Elowen.
Okay. There.
Here. But I do want to do the Refreshing Step for Opal and give her 1d10 temp HP.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. 10.
Nice. So Opal, you gain 10 hit points.
And
These...
so I get 3 charges of Misty Step just as a bonus action.
Yeah, you do.
That was 1.
Yeah, you do. Level
Okay.
3, everyone.
That's my turn.
This is so fun.
Okay, that was my turn.
That's your
Good
turn.
things.
Right.
Thank you, Bird.
Welcome.
Just bear with me a moment. $35. Okay. There is one last friend to join us on the battlefield this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to pop up right now. There is a... Which one is it? This one. There's a barrel right there.
Mm-hmm.
You see arms, but you see arms that are thicker and more bulbous than before. They do look necrotic, but they don't look like skinny, normal zombie arms. These look like thick, like filled pus sacks. Basically, this isn't flesh. This is like a skin suit full of like God knows what. It's shaped like a humanoid, but he comes out. The barrel just splits apart from inside and just looks at you and just growls in your face. He's going to charge right there. And any creature within 5 feet of it, I need to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please.
Does that include me?
No, you're outside of 5 feet.
No.
in fact, Isha, you're also outside of 5 feet, so you get away with this. So it's only Elowen and Bird. I need to make a Constitution saving.
Constitution save.
Save, yes. You need to beat a 12. 3?
16.
But now he's in the fairy fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in the fairy fire.
Yeah, but it's advantage on attacks, not on saving throws.
Yeah.
Right. So
Great.
16.
16.
Okay,
We
you
keep rolling.
take. So what
Man.
happens? Eight. So he runs at you. You just hear this bounding as he screams in your face. As he gets right next to you, he just explodes, and this acidic black tar just sprays all over you. You take 8 points of poison damage.
Oh no.
Elowen, you take 16 points of poison damage.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This thing is now just a opens like skin suit just on the ground, and this stuff is just dripping all over you. It's also dripping all over the zombie next to him.
We gotta talk. This is
Actually, with the explosion, that zombie is completely eradicated. That he's standing there, so
Oh.
delete.
Alright.
He's gone. He also takes. Oh no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's outside of 5 feet, so he's fine. Yeah, so that guy's gone. A big corpsey mess. But the other guys get their turn now, so they're going to start moving in. He's probably not going to reach you. 1, 2, 3. Nope, he can't reach you. He can, and he's going to move there. Right, so No Face with advantage is going to attack Isha.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm stressed. It's
Do I
fine.
get
I'm
an
playing
attack?
pretend.
Is it-
It's fine.
Is it only when you move away?
Sorry?
Drop attacks?
Since he moved next to me, do I get an attack of opportunity, or is it only when he
No,
moves
it's only
away?
when he leaves your melee, unfortunately. When he
Okay.
moves into your space, this is still turn-based. The only thing you can get is a reaction if he moves away from you, not towards you,
Okay.
unfortunately. You'll get to
Cool.
you'll get to do your attack because he's right next to you on your next turn.
Right.
Unless he decides to move, which, he's not got much of a brain, so I could roll an intelligence check for him to move or not, but I might not. Right, so that is a 22 to hit you, Isha.
That does hit.
It does hit, okay. That's going to be 5 points of slashing damage. Right to your face. You can feel the claws just go in, and you've got some nice 3 like Wolverine claw marks on your right cheek. I just actually hurt myself then. Ow.
Don't do that.
No, I won't do that again. Act, Rob, act. This is not real. Pulls out 3 knives and just gashes it all over my face. Right, he's going to stay there. That's the end of his turn. He is now also gone. The big fat blubby guy disappeared. The other zombies are now going to go. One is against. Sorry, Atisha is going to attack you again because he's right next to you.
Do it.
That is a 16 to hit.
That beats it. Yep.
That beats your arm class, yeah? That is... Brain just shut down. That is 9 points of slashing damage on that one. As he goes straight for your abdomen and just tries to pull something fleshy out of it and just rips open. You've now got basically a hole in your stomach and you're not looking good. That's the end of his turn, and the top zombie here is going to go for... Actually, I'm going to roll for this. If I get above a 10, it's going to be Elowen. If I get below, it's going to be Opal. 19.
Okay.
Alright. So, roll to attack. Natural 20.
Fuck.
It does hit my last mirror image.
Oh, you lucky!
Oh.
Yeah, that's 5.
Oh, magic and stuff.
Oh.
I completely forgot you had mirror image up. Right, okay,
Now.
so swipe. Last mirror image gone. Even though he's got limited intelligence, he now just looks as he can only see one of you and just starts to stare down towards you. That's the end of all their turns. Right. Top of the combat round is Smoky Boy. He's a little bit bored standing around here. So he's going to come back into the fray.
Does he want to go in the fairy fire?
You know what?
There's a rave. He's bored, and there's a rave over there. Of course he wants
Does
to.
he feel like it?
You know what?
Petty.
He's all raved out right now, and he's going to go and have a quiet cigarette outside. just wipe the sweat from his brow with his vest.
He's not
his
jealous
vest top.
of that party.
No. He drops his glow sticks, and he walks outside for a cigarette.
No, the glow stick.
Cannon.
Damn.
Unfortunately, he's going to go there, and the only person he can really hit is Chaboy.
Sure is.
Shaboy.
Chaboy. So he's going to go and attempt to do the life drain thing again. So
That's not what I want to look at.
that is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
Roll a natural 18 on the dice. Right. So you take 7 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a DC Constitution 13 saving throw.
Okay. Let's took the 7. Did DC 13?
13.
I rolled a 13.
Well, with 13, you succeed. So as the hand touches you on your, say, like the side of your neck, and this energy just starts to pulse in, you take the initial hit. You can feel it try to start to draw something else from you, and you just stave it off and grab hold of the hand and throw it. Right, you got away with that one. Okay, that's the end of his turn. It is now. Oh, sorry, no, Elowen, I'm asking your turn. You went first, didn't you?
I thought he was first.
No, you were first because you got a high deck. Oh no, you beat me on rollies.
You beat rollies.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
What do I do? No,
I guess we win.
I'm gonna have to roll it back. No, I'm gonna have to. So right, that didn't happen. Take those 7 hit points back. That didn't happen because it might change the outcome depending on what Elowen was going to do on her turn. So I can't not do
A
that.
lot
So
of pressure, Rob.
rewind.
I come through here.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
Fine.
Okay. All right.
So as you stand there now alone with no duplicates.
Over it. I'm coming over here. Just want to walk around. Okay. And because I have advantage on him,
Because of fairy.
I'm gonna attack him with Dawn Song.
Go for it.
That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
I'm doing a slashing flourish. So I'm gonna roll my bin spell, which is a 3. And then there's so many dice to roll when I do this. This is so exciting. Okay, so I roll a d8.
Oh god, I've just read one of Jamie's comments. She said, "Being turned into a skin suit is one of my irrational fears."
Oh my god!
Also, moths.
The audience is the zombies.
Sorry,
No.
Al.
Oh wait, no. Guy within fairy fire is gonna take 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Zombo next to me is gonna take 5 points of damage.
Okay. Zombo
And
next to
then-
you. Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
Oh. Okay, go.
And then for bonus action, since we still got advantage here, I'm gonna go back on him with my dagger darner. And
Dagger down a dagger.
is 22 to hit.
Ooh.
Possibly, I mean, we could talk about it if you want, but
I don't want to talk about it.
talking is done.
That
No,
is
thank you.
That's 5 points of damage to him plus 1d4 at the start of my next turn.
Ooh. Which one was this?
In the fairy fire.
No mouth.
Yeah.
No mouth. 5 points of damage. And a 1d4 at
Yeah.
the start of your next turn.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So he got 13 total from me.
Right, you've basically just hacked him at the knees. He's still up, and he is now crawling towards you, but you've taken him down by the kneecaps, and his legs, his shin bones are now opposite sides of the room. Good shot. When you hit, you hit.
In my turn.
Absolutely.
Made me get my sword out.
Let me get my blade out. Okay, Opal.
Wait, isn't it?
Wait, don't.
Oh no,
okay,
it's a wraith.
go.
It's a wraith. It's a wraith. Thank you. Thank
Now
you. Thank
he
you. Thank
goes,
you.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So going back to what I did before,
Mhm.
he's going to drop his glow sticks and go out for a cigarette right next to Isha.
Perfect.
Mate, I still rolled an 18.
No.
Still rolling 18. Okay.
I like this dice.
Oh,
I
true.
do like this dice. Okay. Slightly less on the damage side this time. You only take 4 points of necrotic damage as it reaches out and grabs you, but I do need another Constitution saving throw of 13, please.
Rewind a couple words. How much damage?
4 damage?
4.
4 damage. Okay. Let me do that.
Rewind a couple words.
That is a 17.
17.
That I
So
rolled
you,
for the con save.
so you forego the extra effect that was about to happen as you push his hand away, as you did last time when this didn't happen 5 seconds ago. Right, that is now the end of his turn, as he's going to maintain where he is. He's surrounded by friends. And, right, sorry, Opal, you are now up.
Okay. That zombie that's been bugging me, I'm gonna try to hit him with firebolt again.
This dude,
And
yep.
stick my hand right up on him.
Oh, yeah. Cook!
Nat 20.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Hey!
Oh.
So that means, let's see, D10. Where's the 10? Where's the 10? There it is.
So roll a d10 and double it.
So I hit him for 12.
12 damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
You pull back with all your rage, fire forward. You don't even see anything really leave the realm of your hand before the spell goes off, and he is like a shotgun blast, just bones, just all over, like through the entrance and into the walls, like daggers into the rock. He's done, gonzoed.
Ready for the raid.
Delete.
Delete. Well done, Opal.
I
Right.
can breathe.
Would you like to stay where you are, or would you like to move?
I'm gonna move like over here.
A way.
Yeah.
I'd like to go a way.
W.
Could someone just get rid of whatever this is?
I
On there?
couldn't get rid of it.
You couldn't get rid of it. Oh, no, it's alright. It's alright. It's not really masking something. No, it's fine. Don't worry.
I don't know how to get rid of it.
No, do I? It's fine. Don't worry. Okay, so that's the end of your turn, Opal. So Tad.
Okay.
Tad.
All right. With him out of the way, I'm going to speedily fly over so that I'm flanking the smoke monster with Isha.
Yeah, dude.
So right in this corner. I'm going to pull out my rapier, and again, it's going to just green flames go up the whole length of the blade.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
going to cast Green Flame Blade and roll an attack.
smoke
Ooh, natural
monster.
18 for 25 to hit.
Let me think about it for a second. Yes.
Just maybe. Man, not sure.
New hit. Who did?
So, so that is 1d8. Ooh, love that. Plus 2d6.
Have you created all the dice?
I rolled a 6 on the 8 and then 2 6s.
18.
Plus 5 for my actual modifier. So it's 23 damage total.
23 damage total.
To the smoke monster. Piercing damage. But
That's our rogue.
that's, rogue shit. And
That is certainly rogue
very
shit.
importantly, 2 fire damage to the guy next to him.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we account for all that.
Just to spell over onto that one.
Just a extra little something.
Yeah, that takes him out. He was rough anyway, and he's gone.
Oh shit!
He's absolutely gone.
Let's go.
Okay, so
monster's gone?
with that hit, as soon as the green flame emitted around your rapier, this thing looked at you, and he was like kind of terrified. Those hits. Now, what you can see is a smoke form barely holding together. Like parts of it are starting to slough off and hit the ground almost like tentacles. He's desperately trying to claw it back into himself, but he's having trouble. He's rough as fuck. Right.
Oh.
Are you staying put?
Oh, I'm staying right there.
You're staying right there. Okay. So it is now Isha's turn. You're up, sir. Revenge tour.
Right, so, bonus action, second wind. So Isha's stomping his leg and shaking it off.
Punching the wound like Kylo Ren.
Yeah, basically pulling a Kylo Ren, punching the wound. So I'm going to heal 1d10 plus 3,
Yes, you are.
and that is a 11 HP.
Fantastic. Roll.
And then with that, now that the smoke monster is distracted by Tad, and he's going to attack with his longsword one-handed.
At advantage because your ally is flanking.
Excellent. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. That's 1d8 for 9 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes. Ha!
All right. So it's a smoke monster. Okay.
Huh?
So while its back is turned and focusing on Tad, Isha is going to do the Kylo Ren. He's going to punch wound and kind of get some adrenaline pumping. And then with one arm, he's going to do a swipe straight down from straight downward through it so that the smoke monster dissipates and say, you never should have took your eyes off of me.
Cold. I'd say he would take some psychic damage for that as well, but he's already dead. So yeah, you carve down from neck to navel and just bisect this thing in half, as it just peel apart like you would expect it, like a human torso to do that, but it's just like it's smoke trying to claw at each other on the other side as it starts to separate and it can't grab and it just opens as it dissipates and falls into dust and ash on the ground. You do hear a whisper as it disappears, just saying, "You'll never find it," as it falls open.
Okay.
He's gone. Delete. So now we only have 2 more enemies on the battlefield. Did you move to make that turn, or did you stay put? You just stay put, didn't you? So you still got your movement. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I just stay still.
Stay still. Okay, that's the end of your turn. Going to Isha, that's you. So Bird, you're up. So you have this guy in Fairy Fire.
Okay. Right.
Is Fairy Fire a concentration spell? It's not, is it?
It is.
It is a concentration spell, so you are
Mhm.
concentrating. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what I would like to do is move right up into this space next to No Mouth.
Next to here, into Fairy Fire.
Into the fairy fire, but then I'm just gonna Misty step back out of it to 6 this side. But that one is gonna be a taunting step. Creatures within 5 feet of the space you left must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against my spell save DC, or they have disadvantage on their next attack rolls.
Okay, let's give it that.
Amazing.
So he needs to do a wisdom saving throw, and the DC will be 13.
2 seconds. The amount of stuff you have to have up. Yeah. I don't know how my laptop is currently coping. Wisdom save. Oh yes, this is going to be fun. He rolled an 8, and with a -2,
Okay.
it is 6.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so he has disadvantage on his next attack roll
Okay, so he's now at disadvantage.
against creatures other than me, but I'm going to move out of his range anyway. So then I'm going to Misty step over here
Okay.
to be on the other
just
side.
give me a ping again. Yep.
Yep,
Over
this
here.
one. Yep, and that was my bonus action, and then I'm just going to Eldritch Blast that guy.
So the rest of you are just seeing Bird just and then damage happens, and then she appears somewhere else in the room.
So good. So good.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Eldritch
Because my Misty step
Blast.
is a bonus. Yeah. So it's 11 plus 5 for a 16
16 hits.
for 5 damage.
Okay, so this guy is relatively fresh. He's not been hit yet.
Right.
So that just causes him to turn with a look that you never want to see again as his jaw extends slightly and more of this dark ichor starts to drop out of his mouth, and you are now his quarry. Or possibly, you don't know.
Okay.
Right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Marvelous. Eldritch Blast. Right. Right, okay, so these guys go. I'm going to roll a d20 again to decide who I'm going to go for. He's going to go this way. Are you flying, Tad?
No, I was back on the
You're
ground.
back on the ground. Okay, so he's going to take a swipe at you with his claws. Or is he? Yes, he is. Rolled a 5. What's the 9 to hit? Does 9 hit you?
Oh yeah. It does
No?
not.
No.
No.
So it's too slow. Just and miss completely. And that's the end of his go. This guy is going to stay where he is because he's liking the rave. The glitter is his friend, and he's going to go for now. Sorry, disadvantage on anyone except you.
Yes. So either
Okay.
one he goes for, he has
Okay.
disadvantage. Until the start of my next turn. So yeah.
This is like the it's like Orum's goading attack. So disadvantage. Roll a 15, they roll a 3. So no, he doesn't do anything. So he just slowly turns around to you, Elo, and again he just forgets how tall you are. Just
Technically.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Elowen.
You would have advantage,
He's
right? Because I'm in the
also
fairy fire.
in the fairy fire. You also
oh,
get advantage, so it'd be
Oh,
a
yeah,
straight
yeah,
roll.
it would be straight roll. So
Straight
the,
roll.
the first one I rolled was a 15 plus
Yeah.
4, so 19.
Yeah,
to
that
hit.
hits.
That hits. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that hits. Yeah.
All right. This is.
Yeah.
Well, I tried. Forgot about that
I
part.
appreciate the effort. It was worth it for the rave, you know?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That is 9 points of slashing damage.
Well, I'm out. I'm down.
Oh, first down.
Oh no.
Now I can't mark that on the map, so I'm just going to just like you just remember
Yeah.
you're on the ground, so you're now prone, unconscious, and slowly bleeding out.
Yep.
That's the end of their go. Top of the round again is the Wraith, who is dead. So it is now Elowen. I need to roll a death saving throw, please.
First one of the
Fine,
campaign.
it's fine. It's fine. It's
Roll
fine.
the
It's fine.
campaign.
Campaign. Yeah, man. Wow.
It's a 6.
That is a fail. Mark 1 failed death save throw for me, please. Okay, is that the end of your turn? You can't do anything else because you're unconscious. Opal, you're up.
I'm looking at something.
Here's looking at you, kid. Pardon me, well, I
In a
expect
store
mine
that
to-
had unlimited, infinite product, we didn't buy a single health potion.
No, you didn't.
Okay. I'm going to touch Rocky.
You didn't. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to send Rocky over to Elowen with spare to dying.
Oh shit.
Oh, cool. Okay. So
Okay.
Revive Elowen.
the wings click up into place and
Yep.
floats over and lands on Elowen, and a quick burst of energy just goes
Incredible.
into you, and you are up to, is that 1 hit point? Or is that just stable?
Stable.
Just stable. So
0.
so you're at 0, but you no longer have to roll death saves. You are stable.
I will take it.
Okay. And that's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay, so you're staying where you are.
You guys trying to think.
Yeah.
Right, Isha. No, sorry, Tad. My bad. Tad,
Okay.
you're up.
Yeah, it's Ted.
Yeah. Seeing that, I'm going to immediately drop concentration on Fairy Fire.
Verifies down.
So that's gone. Because whoops, that's immediate guilt. And then going to look at the thing in front of me.
Mhm.
Let me roll. Cool. So he's a little freaked that Elowen is like unconscious, doesn't really know what's going on with the robot squirrel. So he thinks she's probably dying. So he's gonna just pull out his gun and shoot the zombie directly in front of him.
Yes.
That was Ted!
Yeah.
I forgot about the gun.
Tad has got a gun.
14 to hit.
13 hits.
What is a gun? do? Hold on.
What does a gun do?
Let me pull.
Flintlock.
Like damage wise, not.
Flintlock
Does it have
pistol.
ammo?
Oh yeah. Okay. 1d10 plus 5. I don't have any d10s out. Oh shit.
This is-
I'm gonna roll
Oh,
this
no.
on D&D Beyond.
This is what DM says.
Here,
It was a
beyond.
BB gun.
Oh, 8 damage with the pistol.
8 damage with the pistol. Where's my pencil? Oh my god. Right, they are both level pegging at hit points here. No, they're still up. They're still up. They're both level pegging at hit points. So
Okay.
you just no look. Just
Yeah,
load cock. Yeah, you just take one. You take again both knees out. These guys are now crawling on the ground. No,
Oh,
I'd say you just
Okay.
take one knee out with that actually. So he's now hopping
Yeah.
towards you, but he's still
Alright,
he's still up. He's angry.
No worries. In that case, I'm going to be floating. I'm going to float 5 feet up,
Uh-huh.
and then I will bonus action disengage.
Yep.
With my cutting action, and then I'm just going to go right here. No, for opposite, right past,
There.
so that I can have right below. There you go.
No problem at all.
Perfect. Just so that I can give Isha some wiggle room.
So as you disappear, he just whiffs nowhere near you. You've already left. Right, that's the end of your turn. Now it is Isha's go. So whatever you do, it is an advantage because you have a flanking ally.
Okay. So I'm gonna see Elwyn go down, and just in a panic, I'm gonna swipe at the zombie that hit her with my longsword one-handed.
One-handed, okay.
That's with advantage. $24.
Same relative just pops up and goes, again? Disappears back into the earth. Yeah, she definitely hit him.
Okay. That's
It's a D8, isn't it, for a single hand?
11 points of damage.
How do you want to do this? Again?
There you go.
Isha isn't even going to hit it with the blade. He's just gonna hit it outside the head with the pommel of the sword.
Great.
Just
Oh,
do
side of
straight,
your
like,
head, that's it.
cranium damage.
So Isha sort of just basically just leans into this ugly son of a bitch. Picks up his sword as if he's going to take a baseball swing and goes, nah. And his cranium just splits open and hits the deck. A lovely, disgusting smelling mess. And he's gone. Would you like to move with your turn, Isha? As you have movement speed left?
Yes, Isha, fully aware that Tad is next to Elwyn, he's going to engage and get close to the last zombie.
Or that?
Yep.
Cool. That's the end of your turn.
And that's it. Yes, sir.
Right, Bird. Does your go?
Again, seeing Elwyn go down, she's kind of been glue MVP of the gang so far, so Bird's gonna kind of lock in, not think about it, goes back to her elf training, pulls out the short bow, and wants to take a shot at that guy.
Tradition. Tradition.
Tradition!
Tradition.
For a 15.
15 hits.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's 1d6 plus 1. That's 7 damage.
Roll the 6 on the die. Oh. Okay.
My turn.
So, leg missing, now an arrow straight through its eye, which dislodges its neck slightly as it turns around to look at you. It is up, but it is barely hanging together now. This thing is bereft of life. It's just vapors just holding this thing together. Would you like to move or stay where you are?
I'm good.
You're good? Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Last ditch effort from No Mouth number 2. He can't move because he can't walk, so he's just gonna go and just swipe at Isha just for shits and giggles. He misses the rave. He's angry. He misses the rave.
They always
That
do.
is hey. What is that? Very hard to read dice. The dirty 20 to hit.
It hits.
It hits for. Why are D4s so hard to pick up?
I gotta get you some of these little guys.
Oh yeah, that's so pretty.
I just like the shape of them better than the triangles.
That is 10 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Last ditch effort, claw straight to the abdomen. Going for that hole that you made. I think his friend made earlier. Tries to grab hold of an intestine, but doesn't quite get it and pulls out. Right, that's the end of his go, as he's barely standing up. Elwyn, it's your turn. You are currently on the
0.
ground at 0 hit points unconscious, so you don't unfortunately have a turn, but you are stable. Moving on to Opal.
I'm dreaming about glow sticks.
And snorkel masks and just
Yeah.
throwing shapes in the Church of Dance.
Yep.
Okay. Opal.
I'm gonna move to right here in between Tad and Elowen.
Yep.
And I'm gonna touch Elowen and say, please work. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
Yay!
Okay.
Way to go, Opal.
For 4 points.
Awesome.
You're now at 4 hit points. You're conscious but prone on the ground. It'll cost you half your movement speed to stand up on your next turn.
Oh, I'm just gonna stay here. It's fine.
The ground's lovely.
Good.
Yeah,
That's all my
the
heals,
stone's
guys.
like
That's
the
all I
other
got.
side of a pillow. It's lovely just to,
Yeah.
Okay, you're good
Makes it
there?
cool.
Tad.
I'm just gonna no look throw my dagger at No Mouth number 2.
Cool.
15 plus 7 for a 22 to hit.
Holy
my
fucking
God.
shit. Yeah, so before you throw it, the rest of you just see Tad just reach back with absolutely nothing in his hand and arc his hand forward. You hear nothing, and then all of a sudden you just see this blade land direct center forehead on No Mouth number 2. Go ahead and roll for damage there, sir.
Alrighty. That's max damage, so that is 9 points of piercing damage.
How would you like to do this?
Amazing.
The final enemy.
Yeah. Just as I described, it just literally he's there, he's looking, he's seeing that Elowen's like awake and like conscious, but still not great, and it spins, spirals, lands directly in its forehead, and then the blade disappears as well, reappearing back on his belt, leaving just a gaping hole in its skull before it just like conks out.
So the rest of you, if you have perception high enough, you just see the hilt of a dagger appear center forehead in the final enemy, and then vanish as gouts of black ichor just pour out of the head. It falls down onto the ground dead, and then if you do want to have a look, you do look back at Tad, and you just see a dagger reappear back in the belt. Because it's one of the coolest fucking things ever. Right, that fight nearly took us 2 hours.
Yeah, it did.
Jesus, yeah, it did.
Right, what I'm going to say is we're going to go for break now, and then when we come back, we will actually start to pick up in the story element of this. But well done, guys. You got through that fight. I thought I was going to take a couple of you out then, but no.
Teamwork and friendship.
It got dicey.
Congratulations.
Dicey.
Right, so we're going to take about 5 minutes. So please be back in for about 10, whatever 5 minutes is for you. Mine's like 5 to 10, but whatever your thing is. So I'll see you in 5. Make sure to mute your mics.
Awesome.
I'll be back shortly. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Are we back?
Hello?
Wow.
Whoa.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. So, enemies sundered before you. The cave is now yours. What would you like to do?
I want to look over at Opal and Bird, just like, hey, you're up? You okay?
Yeah.
You're awake? That's great. You were so small there on the ground. I will take a look, but Bird wants to just check and make sure that there's no one else.
In the building. Right. Okay. So roll a perception check for me, please.
Perception.
I won't say with disadvantage because
Ooh.
you have dark visions. Well,
Can Bonnie do it?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Do you have stats for Bonnie?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's in the
she.
It gives like the strength, like the scores and everything, but for skills it says perception +3 and mine's 1. So
Oh right, okay.
I rolled a 3. 6. Fuck.
He just kind of crawls up onto the top of your head, just has a quick look round, crawls back onto your shoulders, whispers in your ear. There's nothing there.
Okay.
We are safe.
Who was talking to us when we came in?
Pretty sure it's the smoke guy.
I thought it was the smoke guy.
The smoke guy?
You know him, Tad?
Sorry, what?
Did you Tad, that guy like
I'm neck
talked
deep in some
you.
caramel bread right now. I'm having a good
We're
time.
gonna talk about it later. Bird, Tad, that guy like said hi to you or something, didn't he?
Hmm.
You seen him before?
Yeah. So, Rob, remind me. This is
Make an intelligence check for me.
I'm mixing up some things here. This is a Jacob thing. 16.
16.
Oh wait, plus. Hold on. +2, 18.
18. Okay. With an 18, definitely you understand or where you saw it last. Our first episode, as you went into the secret garden cavern underneath the temple in West Point, and you fought the Dryads, rescuing the crew who were wrapped up in those sacks. The one sack that you opened and a body didn't come out of it was black smoke.
Was smoke.
Oh.
Great. Cool. Good.
And it was
Good.
you who
That's
opened
one
the
I thought
sack,
my
so
ass
it's
was
you it
on.
recognized.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Just happened to be the same guy that just started haunting this cave. How did that happen?
I'll relay that.
Hey, Mom.
Uh.
I think it hurts.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to go investigate this little light and just see what's what.
Yeah, okay.
Opal's gotta go with you. Opal wants to know as well.
Do you both want to roll a check, or do you want one to have advantage?
I'll give him advantage.
Okay, so roll advantage. Check.
That depends on what we're doing. What am I rolling investigation or am I rolling Arcana?
Well, what do you wanted to find out?
I guess that's fair. I want to see.
Wait, I have a +5 to investigation.
Yeah, I have a +4 to Arcana. Okay, so I'm thinking. I'm just gonna give Opal advantage on breaking it down and seeing what the
The
deal is.
investigation.
She's the artificer. Yeah.
Okay, Opal, so you've got advantage on the roll for investigation.
Okay, so I've got advantage on the roll for investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 18 plus 23.
18 plus 23, did you just say?
No, 18 plus 5.
I was gonna say.
23.
Cool. All right. 18 plus 27. Okay. Yes. So you
Level
right.
45.
Go.
We playing Pathfinder? What's happening?
Sorry.
Things are stack. So going back to the exact same episode, actually, going back to where we found ourselves underneath the temple in West Point, and you fought the Dryads. The fountains that you saw shooting out of the water that were made of this very hot light, but didn't seem to have any source from anywhere. These orbs that are atop these little plinths that are dotted around the room look very reminiscent of those fountains. If you put your hand towards, you can feel quite an intense heat coming from them before you actually pull your hand away before you touch it. Otherwise, you would take fire
It's the
damage.
sun again.
Like the sun.
It's the sun again.
So, like before, with a 23, I think whoever investigated it last time, these these light sources are basically exhaust vents for the planet. So, with the amount of arcane energy that got blasted into the core during the war, it just stored it, and all of a sudden, every now and again, it gets to like critical mass, and it has to expend some energy. So these things just pop up everywhere. They can be directly placed where it wants to go. You almost think it has some sort of intelligence, like it can put itself in places it wants to be. But sometimes it just pops up like a fountain. Tad is very knowledgeable about this because he's seen this very many times. Okay. So essentially, the source of these lights you can't quite comprehend as to how it happens, but you know it's exactly the same sort of energy that you saw in the secret garden cave beneath West Point.
Yeah, this the same as before.
Yeah, it's the sun again.
Yeah.
Don't put your hand in it, Tad. Jump.
You're not my real mom.
Okay.
Isha is gonna go to the opposite end of the room, towards this light,
Okay.
and very similar to the start when we first entered the room, he's gonna start stepping on the stones to see if he can get the light to react.
Okay. I would say roll an investigation check.
Okay. That is a 11.
11. Similarly, when you entered the space to start off with and you approach the light on the opposite side of the room, it does start to emanate brighter as you approach, but you don't really see that it's a certain footstep on a certain stone that's making it do that. It may just be proximity starts to glow.
Okay.
Again, the heat source just increases ever so slightly as you approach.
Okay.
Yeah, I did realize I didn't take a drink through that entire fight, so I'm going to.
Oh my god.
Everyone
Yeah,
drink.
I got refilled my
Thank you,
water.
Jamie.
Hydrate. Hydration break.
Good
Okay.
grief.
So there's
I don't think I
one,
breathed
like-
that entire fight.
You make a good swimmer.
Yeah. The top left corner, there's another one of those lights. Bird wants to move towards that. And then she wants to investigate this, so like a coin type thing on the wall here.
Well, you just give me a ping again.
Up here. Top
Oh, okay.
left.
Yeah. Well, that's where Isha just went.
That's where Isha was.
Oh, I thought Isha went down to like one of the south ones.
No, he went to that one on the
Okay.
on your the left as you're looking at the picture anyway.
Right. No, I was just trying to determine if there was. I see the light, but there's something next to it on the wall there. Is that anything that I need to investigate?
Well, you can have a look if you wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so roll investigation.
Sure. Where is my? Just put my character sheet away.
While that's happening, I'm gonna be trying to find any evidence of anything being buried. I guess any like displaced earth, if you will.
Okay, so
It's a 19.
19. Okay. Tad, are you going to roll investigation as well? Whereabouts are you doing it?
Yeah, but I
by the
rolled
way?
a 4. So
Okay.
middle of the room, but I rolled a 4.
Middle of the room.
Plus stuff, but 11.
Well,
total.
you see a lot of bones and shins and things that weren't there before. And rotted clothing and so on and so forth. There are scrape marks in the dust and on the shale where like shambling bodies have been trying to like run against you and blow up and stuff. But you don't necessarily see anything that's been dug up or earth that's been purposely misplaced.
Right.
Right, Bird with a 19 over here.
Yes.
Okay. Right, around this area. In fact, sorry, Isha, what did you roll?
I rolled an 11 on the light.
But you were looking specifically at the light, were you?
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't. Isha in character didn't notice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as you were drawn into the light, you didn't quite see this, but with an 18, I'm going to give you the option of 19. The option of having also peripheral vision, as if it's almost perception as well as investigation. So you find some well-worn rags on the ground, what look like concerto uniforms, old naval uniforms, torn asunder. As you approach this brass ring on the wall, you do step on a stone which depresses. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. Eight.
From the underside of where the brass ring is on the wall, a plume of gas extends out towards you and hits you for 7 points of poison damage.
Oh,
I am down.
Oh shit! So, Isha, were you already over there and stayed there?
Well, when you mentioned that, well, okay. In character, as Isha realized, the closer you get, just the more intense heat it was.
You would have backed up a little bit.
He didn't press the heat. He didn't try to get closer.
Right. Okay. So you're probably around about 15 feet away, I would imagine, as opposed to like Bird is like right up there.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to put you in situ so I know where you are.
That's fine.
He's over here. You two are over there still. Right. Yeah. So 7 points of poison damage. As you back up and you see Bird approach this brass ring on the ground, you just see a plume of gas, and she hits the deck.
I'm gonna run over to Bird and do a medicine check on her to try to stabilize her.
Okay. So you're over there.
I was gonna say, while everybody was doing all of that, I was gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Go
So
ahead.
I've done that.
Go
I've
ahead.
done that. Did that. Got a 5 and an 8 plus 4, so 17. So I'm almost back to full. So
Go.
I'm like shaking it off in this side of the room, and when I see Bird go down, run over there, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
So we're all over here now.
I did
Before-
a medicine check on Bird, got a 21, so
21.
I think I got her stable.
Well, a medicine check is actually to find out what is wrong with a person, not necessarily to bring someone back from a unconscious state.
Okay.
You could, with a 21, you can absolutely tell that she was knocked unconscious by some noxious gas, but that doesn't necessarily bring her back to consciousness. She's still unconscious on the ground. So some form of healing would have to happen in order to bring her back.
You also get 17, an 8, and a 5 plus 4.
Jesus.
She comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the original 1990s Turtles film?
Yes.
Yes.
When pizza's mentioned for the first time, you see Michelangelo just go. Brrr!
Yep.
That's what Bird does. Down 17 hit points.
Pizza?
Straight back to standing. Right, so you're now conscious and you've got 17 hit points, so you feel much, much better.
Up and like, stay back.
Okay. I'm going to back up closer to the middle. And I was just thinking with my 19 passive perception and my 20 passive investigation, I was going to like just kind of spin in a circle and just see what I can take in, if there's anywhere that we can focus our attentions, because we don't want to trigger traps like that because we're struggling.
Okay. Well, let me just pause there for a second. Bird, as you are now conscious again.
Sure.
And you rolled a 19 on investigation initially before you hit the deck.
I know. I'm so excited I was doing something.
Great.
The stone that you depressed, instead of just pushing into the ground like this, what actually happened is you pressed on one side of it, and it tilted to one side. Now that activated the trap, but now the trap has been expended. The stone now fell into a small fissure below it, and you have an open space below you, in which you find 2 small rolls of parchment.
Okay. Can I look at them?
Goes
I'm
again.
gonna look at them.
Goes again. These are spell scrolls. The first one is Minor Illusion, and the second one is Ray of Frost.
Ooh.
Cool.
They are written in some very high calligraphic Elven, if that's even a word, but I like it, so I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah, I like it.
Calligraphic. It's very ordained in lots of colours and shadows and everything on the lettering itself. There are lots of symbols that represent Thoria and the different continents and the different realms, the different schools of magic. And with this particular ones, you can see that one is Minor Illusion and one is Ray of Frost. But I keep going, Mrs. 19.
I took the damage for
it. Because basically you've gone over the threshold of finding everything in this area. So, as you pick up these spell scrolls, where your colleagues are stood, well, where Opal is stood, just behind her, there is an outcropping of moss which is covering something that looks like a wooden box in the corner.
what color moss.
I
gave him the idea.
No, he didn't. No,
Okay.
it's just it's quite bright. This room has not seen light in centuries. So whatever is growing, and although it appeared like quite a vibrant green on the picture, is more like a very dull brown. Things don't really grow well in this area. So yeah, but you do see something that looks like a corner of what could be a box.
Okay. I'm gonna grab at it. Kind of pull off the.
Gonna grab at it.
Grab at it.
What do you want to do? You want to try and pull it free, or do you want to try and roll investigation? What do you want to do?
No, I think she's just gonna try to start peeling the moss back.
Okay, which is relatively simple enough. So yeah, you can pull the moss back in quite large clumps, which does reveal. It's not necessarily a chest, but it's definitely a locked box of some sort. You do see quite a heavy brass lock on the front.
Tad!
I
Yeah,
watched Jacob
yeah.
crack his knuckles. I was like, oh.
The bat symbol shines on the top of the cave.
Dad, there's a box.
We need Owlbear Man.
Owlbear Man.
Oh, is it locked? I'm gonna-
Yeah, it's locked.
All right, yeah, I'm on it.
Check.
Tad gets the hell over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch him open it and
Oh yeah.
watch him
Oh yeah.
see what's in.
Yeah.
Can I, as I'm literally have the lockpicking tools, I'm like, can I check if this is trapped first?
Of course you can.
Cool.
Face.
Actions mean nothing when you're in RP.
That's true. So this is a 13 investigation? Yeah, 13.
That's the investigation. It doesn't appear to be trapped, but it definitely is locked.
Dope. Okay. So I'm going to start to lockpick it.
While he's
Okay,
doing that, I lean over to Bird. Is this what the X was? You think this is the X?
Well, this cave is definitely the X, but who knows what's all in here? There were so many guys.
So- Not
There
great.
were so many guys.
I need a
Lockpicking tools is
Yeah.
dexterity plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency,
right?
yeah. So
All right,
plus
so this is a 11.
11. DC was 10. So you
Oh, hey.
you do manage to open it. I already set that before you went over there. So yeah, it takes you a while, but eventually and it opens up. Inside this is not, it's not a small box. This is quite a, I'd say probably about maybe 6 feet.
Whoa.
But it's not, it's 6 feet long, but it's not very wide. It's probably about that wide.
Okay.
The first thing that you see when you open the box is you see quite a nice, like maroon-colored velvet piece of material that is obviously covering something. Very much similar to the t-shirt you sport today. Upon removal of this piece of fabric, what you find underneath is a bow. This bow is made of the most polished metal that you've probably seen in quite a while. But that's on the central handle. As it goes to the edges, the metal is fused with bone. And at the end of the extremities, top and bottom of the bow itself, there is the shape of a dragon's wing.
Okay,
Also,
after
Also,
because you got the box open, you also find a very short, stout, wide-bottomed bottle with a stopper. Times 2. One of them has a rather ruddy red colour liquid inside, which when you shake it just runs like normal liquid. The other one has an orange liquid which seems to be flashing every now and again, and at the top of the bottle where the gap is between the water and the liquid and the cork, there's a slight gap that's filled with smoke.
Which means
Muted.
I'd like.
You don't
you're
know.
muted.
whoops. Can I attempt to identify either of these potions?
Do you have the identify spell?
Not with identify, just with like either Arcana.
No, just with an
or
Arcana check.
survival.
You can have a go. You can
Yeah.
certainly try.
All right, let's see this shot. With disadvantage is going to be
Absolutely,
fine.
as you are still.
Yeah, no, 14.
I want to cast Detect Magic and tell Bird if that bow is. I mean, it's everything in 30 feet of me, but specifically, I want to be able to tell Bird if that bow is magical.
Okay,
Or
so
cursed or
you.
anything.
So how?
Yeah.
What? So what does
Yeah.
it look? What does it look like when you cast Detect Magic? Describe it. Describe it to us.
Let me think about that for a moment.
Is it a short bow or a long bow?
It looks short.
Oh, hell yeah.
I move my hand around in front of my eyes in a way, and then my eyes kind of glow a little bit
Mhm.
to be able to see. I speak a little gnomish.
Okay.
I like it.
So yeah, you reach into your component pouch and you pull out this like sort of like silvery like powder, and you sort of like sprinkle it in front of your eyes as you're looking through. And as you do that, your eyes start to glow through the powder, and it's almost like sometimes when you turn on like a phosphorescent light, it's sort of like ping 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 ping, and it comes up. So it fails a couple of times, but then finally it shines
I
through.
haven't heard that
So
in forever.
within 30 feet of you.
Yes.
Okay, so on your colleagues, you see that Tad's eyewear is definitely magic. His belt is definitely magic. His cloak, not so much, but it looks cool. There is a glow from Isha that you notice.
Jordan's like, God damn it.
No. While
He's-
Opal
There was a
is
slight-
You have cast spells. And also the main thing, the bow gives off a very definite hum.
wow, it sings.
It sings, yeah, E flat specifically. And yeah, the two potions are also they're also of magic intent as well. The light source also gets incredibly bright in your vision now while the spell exists, because it is a form of arcana light. It's not necessarily fire that's making this. It's just produced by the planet's magical essence, not necessarily.
It's probably almost
flame.
like radiant too because of the.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay.
Possibly.
All right.
So yeah, the bow is definitely magical. What did you roll?
It's not a roll.
Oh no, sorry.
It
Yeah,
just
it's
It just is.
it's detect magic.
Yeah.
No. What? Sorry, I thought you'd roll investigation or arcana check or something. I was about to give you more information if you got it done, but.
Yeah, I wish I could get more information, but I can't.
It's a nice looking bow.
So,
Hey, Bird,
yeah.
that bow is very magical. But I mean, I've seen some things go wrong in the past, so you know.
Bird kind of wants to run her
It's
hand
very pretty.
kind of along it, trying to decide if she's gonna pick it up or not. But she just wants to admire the work for a moment, because she did pull out her bow this fight.
Mhm.
She'd kind of gone into that her past way long ago, before everything current, and seeing this bow now, she's just admired by the beauty of it. So she would like to investigate it.
As you just pass your hand over, especially where the central handle part is, where if you were to pick up this
Right.
weapon and possibly try and use it, there is.
She's a little nervous.
Oh yeah, she knows. Yeah, you hover your hand over. You're not actually touching the bow, but as you hover your hand over it very, very gently, where the handle is, you just see these little arcs of electricity just touch your hand. There's no damage. There's no real sense of feeling, like pins and needles.
Yeah.
Just
Little static electricity.
as you go over it.
Okay. She's not.
We maybe could show the dryad.
Jacob's very happy.
We could find the shop again.
He wants the bow.
So, are you picking it up, or are you leaving it there?
I want to pick it up.
You're gonna pick it up. All right.
I want to pick it up.
You now
I'd like
have.
to go.
You now have
Oh,
a
sorry, go
bow.
ahead.
You don't know what it does yet, but you now have a bow.
Okay.
Bird, if we could find the shop again, we can ask the nice lady at the shop. She
Oh,
told
okay.
Tad all types of things.
Hey,
That
you
shop
don't
is
know that because you weren't
gone.
there.
That's true. Oh, well, that's helpful to know.
Hmm.
And I want to look back at Elowen. You don't have to go.
No, it's okay. I should apologize. I've already come up behind and I'm taking the fabric.
Of course you are.
We did turn around and
So-
I was gonna grab the fabric.
Yeah.
Looking at it to see what it is, and if it's just plain fabric, I'm taking it either way.
Okay.
I lean over and go,
So I'll mark down. You have a swatch of maroon velvet.
the fabric's not magical.
I am okay with that.
Tad,
Remind me, real quick, we did turn around and see that shop had, like, totally vanished.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, because you told her I was sensitive, so I really should go back and tell
You
her
don't
that
know.
I'm sorry.
You don't know if it's going to come back there or not. It may
Sure,
do. It
fair.
may not.
Right.
But you know,
Yeah.
That's why
I may
said,
have
"Hey,
to roll a
find it
dice.
again."
So, Tad,
Yeah.
should we check and see if there are more of these discs around? I mean, if there are, they would need to be disarmed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
This seems to be where stuff is.
No, you're right.
I'd just like before
Yeah,
you
let's
before
do
you
it.
continue, I'd just like everyone just to roll a history check for me, please.
On the roll that I cared the least about today is double 19. Or 21.
Oh, man.
I rolled a nat 1 for a 6.
Okay.
15.
15,
17.
17,
8.
and 8, 21. Yeah, okay. Overall success, I'll say, with the higher rolls. If you recall, when you first found the map that brought you here, on the opposite side of that map, there was a phrase written down.
Shit. It's right.
Yes, it's right here. I have it.
I've been reading it
Shelby, I
all
love
week.
you. Cheers.
Extinguish,
Read out loud.
extinguish 4 from magnet, then right to illuminate the path with light.
Right. Is anyone proficient in survival?
No.
I am.
No. Hey.
Yeah!
Are you actually?
3.
I am actually proficient. Yes.
Okay, so roll me a survival check.
Come on, Isha. Come on, please.
Can I have Tad use the help action for anything here?
320. Yes.
Ah!
What? Dirty 20?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
320.
Yeah.
All right.
We're pirates!
As you are from
Isha.
from a sailing background, you've piloted ships, you've assisted piloting ships, you've navigated yourself around certain parts of this globe, broken though it is. You know how to use a compass,
Yep.
and you know that in order for a compass to work, north has to be magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
See the oh,
as you entered this cave, you knew that you were entering this cave from south to north.
Okay. Do I have okay? I guess since we were entering from the south, we don't need an actual.
If you're entering from the south, so the entrance to the cave,
Mm-hmm.
if you were walking towards that, that would be south. So if you enter the cave, you are heading north.
Yes. So Isha relays that to the group and then goes back to the center of the room.
Okay, so Isha
And-
now walks over to here.
And then out loud, Isha's pointing towards the cave. He openly says, "That's south. These lights should be the other cardinal directions."
Is it just me? Never mind.
What are you gonna say?
I
It
see
just-
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm not sure, but I get it.
Yeah. It seems like the lights kind of line up with the image that was on that same piece of paper. Two. Just one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I see
Oh
that.
no! That was on a piece of cloth that you found. That wasn't on the map.
A cloth?
Yeah,
I thought that was on the same.
No.
That was on the
Oh.
pile of ash. At
No,
the
this
boat.
wasn't. No, this wasn't. This was with the treasure chest.
That was inside the treasure chest underneath Solitary Fort that you found. But that was on a piece of cloth. The map
On a
it's the
piece
map
of
itself.
dark fabric with the parchment in the bottle, but not
Yes,
inside the bottle.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So on the map
Just making
itself,
sure.
on the map itself, there are no symbols. There's
Okay,
just the,
ignore me.
the phrase on the back, and the map on the
Okay.
front.
Okay.
How would we extinguish
Yeah.
the sun?
The surface of
Don't
the
touch
sun.
it.
Don't. I can't heal you. Don't touch it. Just this once.
Just this one time. Every other
Yeah.
time, I can touch
Next time we see the sun, Tad, stick your hand right in the middle of the sun. No problem.
it. Great.
Opal's pacing.
Kentucky Fried Chair
Mhm.
Fairy. Opal's pacing.
Yeah. In a small place though, because she doesn't want to trigger any traps. But yeah, she's trying to work this out.
I'm actually going to go back to the battle map because people can actually see the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that,
Well,
Yeah.
Makes a lot more
there-
sense.
there are 4 lights that are not north.
Well, the phrase
Not in the
the
north.
phrase says extinguish 4 from magnet,
Yeah.
then right.
What does that mean? Oh, wait.
Bird
So,
just wants to
or
move into
from-
the center with Isha and just trying to look around and everything. Like
I would like to investigate for any carvings or writings or letters or anything written
Whereabouts?
on the walls or just in the room. Just kind of make a pass around and see if there's anything that's been written or carved into the walls of the cave.
So where are you currently? You're over here, aren't you?
Yes. So I'm
Okay.
going to start from there and just start walking around.
Using your passives, which are insane.
Yes.
Right, so as you walk around this barrel, you're not seeing anything randomly on the walls or anything like that. It's just stonework. As you get a little bit closer to this light down here, the light starts to illuminate a little bit brighter, as all they do when on approach. I will ask you to roll an investigation check as you approach this light.
I will indeed. That's 15.
15. Behind this light, on the wall, tiny engraving of an N.
I'll show everybody.
Isha, do we have a compass?
Opal's gonna
Ow.
go check behind the wall on this one over here. See. This one over here.
This one over here, yeah, okay. So roll an investigation check.
Isha pulls out a compass and hands it to Tad.
Is the compass reading magnetic north in this cave?
Yes, it is. And it's
is.
It's pointing towards a light that Ella was there stood next to.
Towards this light. That's what I thought.
I
Okay.
got 9.
9. As
Yeah.
much as you do, I mean, it could be whatever is written there. If there's something written there, it's a little bit high for you to see. You don't see anything on the walls. You just see stonework.
All right, extinguish 4 from the north. Extinguish 4 from north. Extinguish. Okay.
Well, extinguish
not-
is put out, right? Or remove.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Or get rid of.
I mean, there's
I'm gonna do
5
something.
lights in here. Do we get rid of the other 4 other than just the one in the north?
And these things aren't sitting on anything, right?
I was about to ask. If I
There
can
is, right.
investigate.
So each of these lights are on a there's a 2-foot like square stone plinth. On that there is a wooden, almost like spike that sticks up, and then at the top of the spike there is a flat edge, a gap, and then there's a light above it.
Okay.
Isha, what were you gonna say?
You took the words out of my mouth. I was about to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. No, we're just same brain.
We all
I'm
are.
gonna. Tad's gonna try to extinguish this light over here.
Okay.
By if I grab the wooden part, like right before where the light is, like right below the gap,
Mhm.
can I pull that?
Make a strength check.
Not my strong suit. Ooh, that's caught. Even worse. Okay. Yeah. No, I doubt it. 4.
No, it's not moving.
No.
Okay. Can I go
It
over
got,
to
it got very warm.
Sure.
As you were right next to it.
the one that's over here?
Yeah.
I would like to go cast Shatter on that one
Woo.
Shatter. Okay.
Oh,
and just see what happens.
So shatter is a
That's all.
force damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's 3d8 thunder damage.
Okay, so roll your 3d8 thunder damage. So well, actually, no, well,
13.
I'll say roll for attack, but its AC is 5.
Oh yeah, 13.
Yeah. 13 damage.
Yeah, 13 damage.
So you set off this force pulse wave over it. The wooden stick, the wooden spear that's standing up, just splinters. But there is now a rock plinth below it, and the light still remains.
Okay, is that what we wanted? That's what we wanted to know. Does anybody have a way to dispel magic?
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Of all these spells coming out, dude. This is awesome.
And try to use the Mage Hand to.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
To try and cover the light.
Yeah, with the Mage Hand.
Okay. So you cast a spell forward. What does your mage hand look like?
I like my hand.
Just your hand?
Yeah.
I saw it as almost like a little sort of like construct sort of hand, like almost like Rocky, that it's
Robot
it's
hand.
made by
Here you
yeah
go.
interconnecting
yours
metal.
Yeah.
Sort of like almost
like
like
yours
almost
better.
like a suit of armor's hand sort of thing, but not
Yeah.
quite like that. Some artificial stuff.
Iron
Yeah.
Man.
That is an artificer hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's an artificer spell I've got.
Absolutely.
So. Yes.
So a spectral metallic hand appears with joints at the fingers and bolts and nails in it and so on. As it comes forward. Which sorry, where are you at now? You're in. Oh, you do the one you're next to down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The mage hand goes towards it and passes straight through it.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid of.
Tad, I want you
Something.
to roll me another history check, please. History or
I can try.
intelligence? History or intelligence, whatever you're best at.
14 plus 2, 16.
16.
I do have another idea.
Well, with
I have
the
one that's not gonna work.
with the
but-
16, just let me tell you, the going back to again the original cave that we had our first battle in.
Yes.
You found a substance in there that
That's
recommend that
literally that was my idea. Was the sheet
the
fucking-
black
the
black
not
latex.
Okay.
That's where I was going.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man. Okay.
We got
Yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly
we
where I was
got the
going.
latex stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
you say
and
you
also-
save
yes,
some.
Yeah.
You save some.
Exactly. So I'll pull it out and I will go to that same one with Mage Hand as well this time. Why not?
Magic Road,
because
do Magic
Arcane
Road
Trickster-
shit.
Yeah. This one, my Mage Hand is that much less detailed, but more of a vague and kind of translucent, like stone blue, grayish, just kind of like claw-like, a little bit more, a little like extended nails kind of vibe.
Nice.
And then just will drape the the material over the light.
Which one are you at?
The same one I was looking at, this top left.
Top left.
Correct.
Okay, so you drape it over, and the light extinguishes. Or
Seeing that,
Ah.
you can't.
I'll do the same at mine. Where I'm at.
All right.
Put that one out.
So you have the material as well.
I think all of us have a little bit of it because we just passed it around.
You'll pass it around. Okay.
Well, I
So
didn't
you-
think I got any.
So
I
you
know,
we
stretch
gave-
over.
It was strips. No, it was in strips when it came off
Okay.
of Tad. And so I just put that everybody got a piece or a couple
Okay.
pieces.
I actually
Okay.
I think I remember you doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
there was
Okay.
Tad's already done.
So just so we go in order.
Yeah, yeah,
So if we're going points of the compass, you saw an N here.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
east is extinguished.
This would be east.
Mhm.
So east is now extinguished. You, Elwyn, are at what would technically be south because it's the closest one
yeah.
to the door. So that is now extinguished. Opal, you find yourself in front of what would be west.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With my mage hand.
With your mage hand, so the
Yeah.
armored hand comes back out again.
Yeah.
The light extinguishes. So the only two lights remaining are this one at north, and then the one in the center of the room. Ish.
I'm assuming.
The middle?
I'll say this out loud. I'm assuming we extinguished the one in the middle.
Yeah.
That's my guess too.
Might as well
But
try.
the one on the wall is actually
The one is
marked
north.
N
Yeah.
behind it.
Are we calling north the magnet?
As you continue this conversation, first of all, starting at east, the light burns back through the latex
We gotta be fast.
and
We gotta be
comes
fast.
back.
Okay. Throw it over the middle one, throw some back over the east one, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. So Bird will
Should we
run
shoot
over.
Just
Right.
remember, you
Right.
only have a finite amount of this material.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Bird will run over to that center one.
The center one.
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm up there. Yeah.
Right up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. Fuck.
Oh no.
12.
12. You take.
God.
Another.
We really should have taken a short rest after that battle. We're
You take-
idiots.
11 points of fire damage,
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
and you're blown
fine.
back. You're blown back at least 10 feet. Now charred.
Okay.
From the light. The light got far too bright when you approached it.
Okay. I was trying to be fast.
Maybe the other one then. Maybe leave the center one.
Yeah.
You sure you
Go
want to
for
run and grab the
It's like-
north one?
Yeah.
I'll grab the north.
So you go north first.
Yes, north first.
North first. Okay. So you put the latex-ish sort of substance over, and out it goes. Now, which way are you going?
East,
North
clockwise.
front magnet. Yeah.
Go right.
East.
Yep.
Clockwise.
Out.
South.
South. Out. West.
West.
Out. As that happens, the light in the center where Bird was just got burned starts to flicker, and then it glows blue, not white. And Bird, you sense that there's a much cooler essence from this now, as the the stick crumbles away from below it. The light then starts to dip down, goes into the plinth itself, and the rock plinth crumbles away. And what you see below... Congratulations.
That was a good one. That was tricky.
Oh.
I made that up.
It was good.
That's a really good
I
one.
actually... Because I thought, well, we've got a navigator in the party, so they might get the points of the compass and so on, you know. But yeah, you got it. Right.
Did it.
So inside the crumpled mess of rock that the plinth was, you have a route through, and you can see the tip of another bottle top with a corked end, which I'm assuming you pull free.
Sure.
No, I'm joking.
I swear.
You keep just doing stuff without checking
I
for
just
trap.
keep doing stuff.
Right, so you pull out a green glass bottle, and inside there is a very similar piece of brown parchment to what you found before.
Okay.
Thump. You open the bottle, take out the parchment. There's no map this time. There is just another phrase written down which says, pens at the ready.
Yep.
Pass beneath the peak of darkness to find the reward you seek.
One more time.
Pass beneath the peak of darkness to find the reward you seek. Y'all got that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as you read that, do you read it out loud, or do you just read it to yourself?
Yeah, I read it out loud.
You read it out loud. Okay. As the last syllable leaves your lips and slightly echoes around the space, you can just see a couple of tiny pebbles from the cave roof just start to drop.
Run.
As larger rocks start to fall from the cave
I'm running.
roof.
Run. We're out.
I need
Guys.
I need everyone to make an acrobatics check, please.
Oh.
All right.
I hate to be this guy. If I'm flying, do I have to make the
Nope.
acrobatics check?
No, broken boy, you don't.
15.
Nat 20.
Let's go.
Hell yes. 15 was
12.
that? 12, okay.
15. Yeah.
For 23.
Even Opal got a 12. And Tad, you're
Oh, yeah.
you are
Broken boy.
for want of a better word, beelining it out.
Hell yeah. So good.
Gone. Well, I was going to give you a fighting chance to get out of here, so I did set the DC at 12. So, Opal, even you, congratulations, you all
you,
make it. So
finally.
this place is now just starting to collapse in front of you as you bolt to the exit. I'd say, Opal, with the lowest roll, you have to make... just make a dexterity saving throw for me, just for shits and giggles, because I want to make you do it.
Nat 1.
Oh, no!
Shut up.
You see,
Rob.
Elwyn and go on. Sorry, what are you saying?
I also rolled a 12.
You did,
So
right? Okay.
how does that play out?
That one.
If we both rolled the same, if we both rolled the same number.
Let me see. Okay, Isha, I'd say to me, roll a strength check for me. What I'm gonna try to find out is that basically, as she's about to leave the entrance of the cave, right next to you, you're purposely staying back because you want to make sure that she gets out. She trips over one of the rocks and falls and hits the ground as the entrance starts to collapse on her. What the strength check is going to do is going to see if you can grab her hand and pull her free from the exit before it caves in.
I rolled a dirty 20
on the strength check.
On the strength check, yes.
Good roll. Good roll. So as the cave, the last part of the cave roof is starting to come down directly onto Opal, you leap forward, tuck the football under your arm, basically, that is Opal, and
Oh no!
fly out, gliding on your face as behind you the cave falls in. As you look back, you can now see this craterous hole in the cavern front now has just completely collapsed, and there's like a half an egg-shaped hole now in the cliff face ahead of you. But Opal did get free.
Good.
I would say that on that slide you would take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you scrape across the floor.
He'll take it.
So I can now go back to the play screen as we're out of the space. So,
Thank you, Isha.
you're back
Again.
out onto the plush grassy area of this cove where you fought the skeletons a little bit ago. I am going to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that you can take a short rest.
Yeah.
Maybe, please. Now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Gonna just hang out for a little.
Okay.
Maybe just sit.
I'm also going to put the character out back up because we haven't seen it for a while.
Nice.
Okay.
Hold on. Meta, I guess is the word I want to use. How long was that cloth that Elwyn got?
It was comparatively the same length as the box that she found it in, so it was about 6 feet long and about 2 feet wide.
Isha is gonna limp over to Elwyn and ask to see the cloth.
Yes. I'm being silly. Of course, I'll pull it out.
May I? And he gestures to his sword.
Oh. What do you want to do?
I would love to at least bandage my gaping wound in my side.
Oh my god! Isha!
He
No,
uses a
don't,
bandage.
no. Don't ruin the perfectly good fabric. Here, I'll cure your wounds. My god.
No, everyone first, then me. I can.
Hey, Isha. I need you to let me help you
You
the way that
passed
you
out
help us.
as well as Bird.
You
first.
have a hole in your torso, my friend.
I go.
You are
over
going to take
Opal-
11
Opal-
points of healing
Let her
right
help
this
you.
second. And I very specifically, because of what I saw the last time, I'm just going to place a hand on Isha's arm and try to pay very close attention to what happens when my radiant energy from Cure Wounds passes from me to Isha.
Okay. So again, passive perception 19. As your magic transfers into him, you see his eyes glow gold, just for a brief second, and then go back to normal.
Okay.
It's almost like it's gold with like a pearlescence cover to it, so it shimmers and then just goes back to normal. You do see with a 19 that he actually has a very, 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 very faint pearlescent texture to the corneas of his eyes anyway. Just in normal daytime. But it's so subtle you have to actually physically look so hard to find it, but you recognise that when you see that.
Is it a texture that I would be familiar with?
Familiar with how?
From looking in a mirror?
Yeah.
Looking in a mirror.
I'm not gonna mention it right now. There's a lot going on.
Mhm.
But I am gonna say, Isha, would you do me a favor? And the next time we take watches, would you please take watch with me? And or no, that's probably the best time. Can we do that? I have a question.
Well, with the way you was very adamant about healing me with your magic, I think saying no to you would be a bad idea, at least right now.
It's not transactional. I'm gonna give you the healing either way. You're my friend. But I just had a question. Okay.
We can talk later.
Okay, cool. And then I'm just gonna plop on my back on the grass and just stare up at the sky.
And you're all taking a
is anyone
short.
else
Are you all taking a short rest?
Short rest.
Okay. if
And
you-
I will do an encouraging song on the lute. And I can give heroic inspiration to 2 allies who hear the song.
What song do you sing?
It's a no. I'm just playing it. I don't know. I'm not doing the.
Are
Archway
you
one.
not singing? You're just playing, right?
No, it says as you.
I'm not-
That's what we
I'm
need.
not singing the danger song.
Which song? Which song are
You
you
can play
playing?
a song on a musical instrument with which you have proficiency and give heroic inspiration up to 2 allies who hear the song. So I want to give heroic inspiration to Isha and Elowen.
Okay.
And
So is that just
Yeah,
a
just
standard D6 inspiration die?
it doesn't say. It just says give heroic inspiration. So I guess that's
Heroic inspiration
It's
is
a
normally
musician.
it's a D6. It's like a bard thing.
Yeah, it's a music. Well, yeah, it's a musician
Yeah.
feat.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so Isha and Elowen, you can take a D6 inspiration dice for that.
All right.
If you're rolling hit dice, you can roll hit dice to get your hit points back if you wish.
I'm also
Oh.
going to, as we take our short rest, just go around and kind of absentmindedly just do some embroidery stitches on everybody and just talk about how great they were in the battle. If you expend hit dice, you get an extra 1d6 hit points. It's a bard feature. It's a song of rest, but it's a stitch of rest instead of a song of rest.
Because
1d6, you said?
Yeah, an extra d6 hit points on top of your hit dice.
So, heroic inspiration is a new rule in
Is it?
2024.
Okay. I
Uh,
didn't know what that.
it's basically forcing a reroll
oh
on
my bad.
any roll that happens in the game. So anytime a dice is rolled and the player doesn't like the outcome, they can use their inspiration if they have it to re-roll the result on their rolls or enemies' rolls or allies'
Oh.
rolls.
Oh, cool.
That's
What?
fascinating.
That's
as hell.
cool.
My bad. I
That's
thought
dope.
it was just like a bardic
That's
inspiration.
Yeah, I just
No,
assumed-
this is
Yeah.
super neat. I'm like reading this all right now. This is fascinating.
A player
Yeah,
can
it is.
now
Sorry,
use their
I didn't mean to,
inspiration to
like,
re-roll
totally
any
overwrite.
roll in the game. Jesus. So you
Yeah,
can.
new 2024 D&D 5e
So
rules.
if
Yeah.
essentially if an enemy rolls on that 20 against you for damage to hit, you
Re-roll
can
it.
re-roll it.
This could be a saving throw, attack, ability check, or even the roll of a hit dice. In other words, anytime a dice is rolled and the player doesn't like the outcome, they can use their inspiration roll if they have it to re-roll the result.
Wow.
Well,
And you can just give that out.
happy 2024 playbook, everyone.
I can
Fucking
give it out
wild.
after a short or long rest.
Okay.
Wow.
So there's some limitations to that. But
Yeah.
That's
Bird, just
insane.
check on your character sheet because on a short rest, warlocks do get spell point
Yeah,
slots back.
I did it automatically. I didn't take any hit points because I figured we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get on the boat tonight, and I can just trance and it'll be quick.
Okay.
So I didn't take any hit points, but I did.
Also, Opal, just see if sorcerer wise you can possibly regain if you have an ability to do that on a short rest. I'm not sure if sorcerers do. I know wizards can. They can use arcane recovery to pull spell slots back. I'm not sure sorcerers have the ability, especially at level 1. Oh, you're level 2 now, aren't you?
No, sorcerer's still level
Oh no,
1.
sorcerer's still 1. Yeah.
Okay. So, Where do you think the peak of darkness is? So that's obviously not in the cave. Or if it is, then we're out of luck.
Do we
I got
think?
nothing.
Well, there's a very big mountain.
I have an idea on who might know what that is.
Oh,
And
Toby?
Who's Toby?
I don't think it'd be Toby.
Who's Toby?
Your sidekick, Dad.
You think Virgil would know?
The child whose life you ruined.
Solid thought. Yeah.
Kind of hard.
Are we done on this side of the boat? Or the island? Should we
Island.
head back to the other boat? Take boat
Yes,
to other
please.
boat?
Take boat to other boat.
Take one boat to other boat. Okay.
Yes.
So, you go back towards the Corsair, reboard your vessel, pull up anchor, and you continue around, so say the opposite side of the
Sure.
island this time to make your way back to the main docks, the main dockland at the front. Again, as you travel, you see the jungle now to your right, going around. Couple of very, very large, what look like wasps, just come out of the canopy of the trees at the side. Just take a swing around. Nowhere near you, really. They're about 120, 150 feet away from you, but you see them because they are fucking enormous. And
Don't
have a
love
very deep as they just disappear back into the foliage and out of view. Takes you a little bit of time, as the first voyage did, to get around the island, because the island's not incredibly small.
Sure.
But to end with, you come back round and you can start to see the chaos village that you saw when you first arrived here. Of these buildings just higgledy-piggledy piled on top of one another, creaking at angles and almost. I gave the example of the Popeye Island from the Robin Williams movie the first time. I'm sticking with that, but I'm also going to add in the cartoon buildings from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, when they like clunk into each other when they move like this. If there's a slight breeze, these buildings just knock into each other. It's such a rickety hellhole. But yeah, as you round the corner now, you can also see the depth charge moored in the dock. As you pull up to
Can we see the shop on our way back in?
make a perception check.
Frick. 9.
From this angle, you can't actually see where the shop appeared in the first place, so you'd have to wait until you get back on land to have a closer look.
Okay.
What time of day are we at now? Because we've
Currently, you're heading towards sort of like late afternoon into evening. Now, you've had a very hard fight, but that fight probably only lasted about 45 seconds. If that, actually, I don't think there was that many rounds. There may have been 6, possibly 36 seconds of a fight, which is insane if you think about it, because all that shit that happened.
Yeah.
But around is 6 seconds. So, but yeah, you've taken the time to investigate the cave afterwards. There was the cave in. There was a traveling around the island. So yeah, you've wasted a few hours in there. So you're heading towards evening, I would say.
Okay. Are we just heading back to the boat, or did anybody want to do anything else?
I don't have much of an opinion, actually. We can go to a bar or something, go to a tavern, but I'm fine just going back to the boat.
At the mention of the bar and tavern, Isha pulls out the other bottle of fire whiskey and say, "We have a tavern with us."
Huh.
We do need to get to know each other a little better.
And the crew's off the ship. We can
Yeah?
find a spot where nobody is.
The crew is off the ship. Well, you know Hailey is definitely off the ship. She's gone to the Siren Salon.
Glow stick rave?
We can have a glow stick
Never
rave in
have
Helia's
I
quarters.
ever.
It'd be great. We can go to her room.
We're gonna find an
And
empty
it's
room on
already
the
in
ship and drink fire whiskey.
And have a bonding session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds great.
So you go back onto aboard the depth yard. So where are you leaving the Corsair?
Oh,
Let's
Because
just moor it to the back.
you've got a boat.
more it to the back.
We can't.
Yeah, can we tie it to the depth charge? Isha, is that something we can do? Oh.
Just give Mr. Bones a little friend.
We can ask Mr. Bones, hey, do you mind if we tie our boat to the back of you?
He's not gonna talk to us,
Mr.
though.
Bones doesn't talk to anyone else.
No, I know.
We can't make a captain's decision for a different ship.
Okay,
So
it was a free boat. What if we give it back to the kid?
Free?
the
No, we paid it. We paid the kid. It wasn't free.
yeah, we paid the kid.
He was so cute.
How is it free?
We talked about this. We talked about this. The money ended up back in our possession.
Right.
Wait, her?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
right.
So the boat was free, so we give it back to Toby, and then he can sell it again, and then he can actually make money and leave this place.
He could just get a redo.
Yeah.
We
can
could
check the
just
boat
call
for
it a
him?
rental. It's just a rental.
Yeah.
We did name it.
I mean, it would have been bad luck if we didn't. So
Right.
they could just cross the name out and name it something
It's
else.
really small. Bonnie did it.
Unless we have
We don't have like
somewhere.
papers to prove that we own it, so
Correct.
we can illegally park it, and no one can ticket us.
Legally
I mean-
park it.
And we're really not coming back either.
You
Are
can
we?
put
And
it next to
I feel-
a fire hydrant and no one will know.
Well,
Yeah.
we could also just tell Toby, hey, it's our boat, but will you take care of it because we can't take it with us, and then when we come back, we'll find Toby and we have a boat if we need to use it. He'll probably sell it again while we're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, his dad
Was
wanted
it?
to sell it.
Isha wouldn't know this. Jordan knows this because Tad ran into Isha, or Tad ran into Toby with Virgil.
I don't think so.
Virgil's on the-
You don't know that.
Let's just
You know,
leave it.
Owen's like, you know what? I almost died today. I think we can just leave it right here, and I'm gonna get off whenever we get like park it, and I'm just gonna walk towards the depth charge.
Not
be like,
in
you
the
can-
water.
Okay.
Just like-
Follow. You can follow, or you can stay and figure it out. But she's going to the boat.
Elowen and her
We'll try
toy
to
is
figure
out.
which we cliff from the boat.
And I walk away.
All right.
And Liam O'Brien.
Okay.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing? Are you following these diminutive Asabar?
Yeah, let's just tie, and I'll fly
Isha,
from
you are,
with the
you
rope
are
to the
this
dock. and-
captain.
And tie it off.
I'll
Okay.
just.
Isha's
You-
gonna look out for us.
Sorry, Bob, what are you saying?
I was just. Bird was looking to Isha. She was kind of his pirate companion on the boat part.
This is
So
true.
he's the captain.
First mate.
Following. Yeah.
Isha's
What do you say,
gonna.
Captain?
Isha wants to look around the dock and find like a very drunk man or like an adult, just somebody really drunk, and just be like, "You are now an owner of a boat." then-
Make a perception check, and it's not a very high DC because of where you are.
Yeah.
Why can't we just sell the boat?
11.
11. There
Yeah.
is a few drunk people fast asleep on the dockside.
I just find the closest one. nudge 'em.
It's a it's quite a young gnome. Completely bald head, except
Okay.
for a ponytail that's sticking out the back. He is he's fast asleep. He's got like a smaller version of the fire whiskey bottle that you bought, but like gnome sized, which is currently just draped over his chest and just is glugging all over the front of him, as he sort of like rocks back and forward in between snores. Do you rouse him from his slumbers?
Just put him on the boat.
Just put him on the boat and then release it.
No, leave it. Moor it. Just give him a new place to sleep.
Or do you have something to write with?
Yes.
Can I see that?
Yes.
Take my quill.
Isha finds like just something to write on and just says,
You have a journal.
I do have a journal, so
Oh, here, let me write. I'll write it in Gnomish for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I want to say is, congratulations, you are today's winner on your new large boat, the Corsair.
Oh yeah, the Corsair.
And then I will just
Here.
tuck it into like his hand so that he has a note when he wakes up.
Ellen, do you have a pin?
Just make it.
Oh, I'm not there, but I'm gonna say she got like partway towards the depth charge and looked back to see what you guys were doing. And so if you look over, she's just standing there like,
Isha, just make a sleight of hand check for me.
Okay.
See if you can
What is
just.
my sleight of hand? I'm very clumsy. Okay, it's a +2. It's fine.
Yeah.
15, 17.
17.
Yeah.
Without him even noticing, you just place the note into his hand. He just gives a quick and then just goes back to sleep. So you have
Perfect.
relinquished the ownership of the Corsair to a small gnomish man on the dockside.
He's now the owner of a...
Eloin, as you continue to look with that look towards your companions, as you look back towards the depth charge, can you roll perception for me, please?
oh god. 14.
14. On the quarter deck of the ship, where the wheel is, you can see a a small entity. It is currently flying with two little like leathery wings. It has yellow eyes, small hooked nose, like a very pointed chin. Its legs are sort of clawed and just hook up and dangle below it, but it's blue, and it seems like it's almost wreathed in like a cold-looking flame. Only small. Just next to it, you see underneath a very, very large tricorn hat, a small, blonde, 8-year-old boy standing on the deck of the ship that you kind of recognize.
Okay. Do I know what the small creature, not Toby, obviously, the other creature is?
Make a nature check for me.
Huh. Icicles, that's a 1.
No.
Oh,
Rough.
She's retired today.
You don't have a clue. With a 14 perception though, as perception is around you, as you were walking towards the depth charge, you did get to a better angle to look for the shop, and you can see that it has reappeared. So
Okay.
the Dryad is back.
I'm gonna cast message back to Tad and say, there's some kind of weird blue creature on the ship. Maybe from your neck of the woods. Just FYI. And I'm gonna go say sorry to the shopkeeper.
Are you just peeling
That was
off?
so many words.
you hear back in your head, feels kind of like profiling, but all right.
I'm gonna cast message again and say,
You.
Jacob, goddamn.
Jacob.
Shit.
I'm so sorry.
I'm blue.
It's a blue. No! It looks fey, you dingus. I'll be at the shop, and that's okay.
Elowen is out.
Okay.
If anybody wants to, I mean, I'm not that far. I was like far enough, you know,
Right.
we could all go together if we wanted to go together.
I'll go join. I had already left the ship anyway. I was heading towards you. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just scrubbing
I
through
will
my
take a
notes to
look,
try and
yeah.
find some
As you
information.
catch up, I'm like,
I don't see it.
I didn't
Meanwhile,
say it
can I
looked
roll
like
nature to see if I can identify this?
Ah! Yes, go for it.
Fuck.
What do you roll?
Quick question.
No!
Oh my god.
Even being Fae, you don't know what this
Yeah.
is.
Nothing. Listen, I
Wow.
need to go to sleep. I need my exhaustion every single roll.
You need
makes
a long
disadvantage.
rest.
I need a long
So
rest.
now is it just the two of us staring up at the thing going, I don't know, what do you think?
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is
It's not. It's
What-
you don't
what
know
is-
what it is?
What do goblins look like?
What do goblins look like?
Not that.
No? Okay.
No, I've seen them in pictures in books, but they didn't ever look like magical. They just kind of looked like garbage.
Well, it also feels. You have some stuff I think you need to take a look at.
No, not like bad garbage, just like they enjoy being around. I'm just trying to.
Listen, it's just addressing it first. All right, let's go to the shop.
Okay,
all
go to
right.
the shop. Go to the shop. Long day.
Oh god.
I'm gonna go in the shop and I'm gonna go
Where
see the dryad.
are my notes?
Are you gonna like grab us our attention?
You
Yeah.
come with us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Since
shared.
you're
Yeah.
with me, since Tad's with me, I'll say, Bird, we're going to the shop if you want to come. We're like right ahead of you guys.
We're like
Yeah,
30 feet away.
Like,
Yeah.
shouting would just be obnoxious, so that's why I'm casting message.
Sure.
Because you don't want to be those people in a town like this. You don't want to be those people in public that just
Yeah.
scream at each other across the street because you're trying to figure out where the group's going.
a-
You know,
In
It's such a
loud
polite-
pirate town that's everyone's screaming.
I know.
You
No one's
can,
gonna hear. That's
you
the
can
issue.
barely hear your own conversation over the screams and shouts of the entire island. It's just
Yeah.
drunken. "Rah, fucking rah, rah, rah."
Just easier to cast message. It goes straight to your brain.
Sure.
So I would like to go in
To the shop.
the shop.
Are you all going to the shop?
Yeah, we'll
'Cause-
all stick together.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
Because
Everybody can see me grovel.
Isra and Bird hadn't seen this yet.
Amazing.
So
Yeah,
okay.
I'd like to see it, but I also
so-
have this bow.
right, we gotta
That is
go in and
bow.
Bow.
Oh,
You have to say that's the trigger word. You have to say that every time you use it.
Bow.
Bow.
A great Laszlo impression.
All right, so Isha and Bird, as you've not seen this before, when you round the corner with Elowen, Opal, and Tad slightly in front of you because they know where they're going and what to expect, you see this domed structure that's just completely made of vines and just flowers just popping out, and you can literally hear a as these flowers open as you approach. There is a like a veiled curtain made from weeping willow branches coming over the front of the doorway, and as you approach, they part to allow you inside. As you walk inside, the inside of the bow of the domes is just full of flowers and various different fauna. There's butterflies just flying around. There is nothing in the shop at all. It's just literally you're in the inside of a dome and in front of you, you see one of the most beautiful creatures you've ever seen in your entire life, who is made pretty much entirely, apart from the upper torso and head, of vines. Very elven in features, very long pointed ears, very symmetrical face, bright eyes,
Oh,
a very nice smile,
okay. I just thought of something.
and a very perturbed looking black raven with one massive eye and one very small eye.
I turn to Bird and go, "Isn't this place cool?"
It's incredible.
Before
Cool.
before I go through the willow branches, I'm gonna stop and take a deep breath
Okay.
because I've kind of been dreading this moment for 5 years. So I'm gonna walk in and go up to the lady because I don't know what she knows. This could be it. And just say, I wanted to thank you for the incredible hat. It's so perfect. It's like you made it just for me, and you did. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry for being so rude and running away earlier.
She just smiles and kneels down to get down to your level. And says, I understand the pressures that you're under. Don't worry. It's fine. Your radiance.
Can I just... If anyone came here and asked about me, can I ask what you would say?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, she doing it. It's 26.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's an 18 plus 8.
I forgot it was hard.
8. God.
She just takes a couple of seconds, just looks at you, and says, whatever you want me to tell them.
Can you tell them you've never seen me? And you don't know where I am?
If that is your wish, yes.
I don't want to ask you to lie, but if certain people find me, other people could get hurt. And I don't want that to happen.
As she, as you say that, she clicks her fingers, and a dome of energy just goes just around the two of you. The rest of you, you see a stone wall appear in front of you. It's circular,
Wow.
and Elowin is now trapped inside with the Dryad. Inside. Sorry. Inside. She says, look, I know who you are, Miss Willowthorn. I know the pressures you're under. This woman is turning into Vexalia DeRollo too quick. I need to modify this voice slightly. Fuck it, why not?
No.
Let's go with it.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I know who you are, Miss Willowthorn. I know what pressures you're under. I also know that you suffered a loss. And that you may have a very large target on your back. So if I say that I will redirect your pursuers in opposite directions. You can trust me.
If it's my sister, please. Well,
If it's your
That'll be enough.
sister, she will be the last one to know where you are.
thank you.
She stands up to a full height, which is probably about 7 foot. She's a tall woman. And she raises her hands to click, and just before she does, sorry, I'm going to cut there to the outside. What are you guys doing?
Just
Bird looked down at Tad and Opal like, you said this lady was cool.
she
Yeah,
was.
you just saw
I
this
don't know
rock
what's
wall
happening.
just
Where'd they go? Isha's like immediately like game
Yeah.
mode again.
I still
Slamming
trust
on the
her.
rock.
As you hit it, you can feel your fist hitting what would be stone, but it's making no noise whatsoever. In fact, if it is making noise at all, it's just making a very dull like.
Put my hand on Tad and go. I think we can trust our Tad.
What? Why? I don't.
She
what?
she has a good vibe.
I don't know if that's true.
I just wanted to relax with my new best friends.
What? She made me. Oh.
Where did she go?
She made some really cool hats, but then now I don't. Did I see her cast anything, or was it just like a?
You saw
like,
you saw a click of her fingers,
Fuck.
and then this thing popped into view.
I'm gonna. My vision's gonna shoot right to the bird, and go. Where are they? Are they okay? Not bird. The crow.
I got it.
The raven.
The raven.
Well, bird.
Yeah. Yeah. Just. Where are they? Are they okay? What's going on? Can you? What?
It just looks at you like it doesn't give you any
bird's
information
fine.
whatsoever. He sort of made like
giving me nothing.
his head just sort of like looks at the stone bubble next to you, and then looks back, and then again hops up and pecks your hand.
Ow.
Would Bonnie know this magic?
Bonnie can roll an Arcana check if Bonnie wishes.
Crap, I gotta open that back up to see what.
Tad wishes as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Arcana is intelligence.
12.
12.
It's a 6-9, but 8.
8 and 12. You know it's illusion magic. With a 12, with an 8 you don't. But other than that, you don't know exactly what the spell is or what's happening inside. Cutting back to it. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say if I attempt to like walk through it, it is very much a solid wall.
It's very much you will hit stone. Yes.
Yeah.
As you were punching on it, it was as if
Right.
you were punching a stone wall. So you feel as if you
Gotcha.
try to pass through it, it'll be like passing through stone. Back into the inside now, again. She's just about to click. She stops. And she just looks at you again as if to just reinforce what she said. And says, "You're safe from Demelza as long as I'm alive." And then, click. Disappears. Elowen and the Dryad are back in the room.
See, I told you.
Elowen, are we good?
She's crying.
Oh, what did you do?
That's not an answer.
Oh, it's okay. It's a good cry. It's a good cry.
Mhm.
She's really
Yeah.
nice. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I just
And
give
just
Elowen
say
a hug.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you to the Dryad.
Just
I
bows,
can't
just bows
not
ahead.
take Isha doesn't take his eyes off the Dryad one bit.
She's really nice, guys. No,
She's got an aura about her, Isha, that a little bit like Galadriel, that she can look around all of you, but she can also look directly at one person at the same time. You can all just feel like her eyes are on you at all points, even though she's scanning across. But if she wants to focus in, she can focus in. Bird, you have your hand up. Hello.
Well, she was raising it. Like, they said you can, tell us what these items are, and I'm gonna hand her the bow. Like, show the bow to her. But
Okay.
I don't want to ask too much of you, but I also had a second question when you're done with this.
And I pull out the red and orange potions as well. Just
right. So she sees the elven features and immediately warms to your presence here, Bird. She says in Elvish, nice to see one of my own. What do you have for me? And she takes her hand out and palms the bow to it. You see this green flash in her eyes, and a light appear in her eyes as she just scans up and down the bow for a couple of seconds, and then the light flashes out. She says, may I be so kind as to borrow an arrow from you?
Of course.
The hand of the arrow, and she turns around to the erratic bird that's hopping around behind her, and she says, might I just stand over there? Mad Eye hops. Doesn't fly, hops. Got wings, just doesn't fly. On the other side, and she gets the arrow and pulls it back, goes into the bird just into black feathers, disappears. And then all of a sudden, it immediately just reappears back on the shoulder. Right, well, it's a bow. Mad Eye, once again, please. I hops over. He now no longer has an arrow. He pulls the bowstring back, and you see an electric charge appear on the bow and turn into an arrow of electricity lightning. And fires towards the bird and destroys the bird once more. She then looks the bow up and down and she says, I haven't seen this in quite some time. Delightful fun. And then passes the bow back to you. You can write down, I find it again. Where the hell is it? There it is. That you have a dragon wing bow. This is a magical item that you can look up on D&D Beyond.
Perfect.
This is a bow that was made from the bones of a lightning dragon. So basically, you have to attune to it. You have to attune to it in order for it to get the benefits from it. So you need to take a short rest and take one of your attunement spots to fill this in. Basically what happens is if you have ammunition, you can fire ammunition from it and it will probably give you a little bit of a boon to that arrow. If you don't have ammunition, you can just pull the drawstring back and it will make a lightning arrow.
Hell yeah. Alright, I wrote it down. Fantastic.
It's a fucking cool bow. Right. She then turns to you, Tad, again and recognizes you immediately. Oh, hello, darling.
Bird side-eyed. Tone shift.
She picks up the bottles, just like pinches your cheek. Makes you go very red. She picks up the first one with the red liquid inside and swirls it around, just looks at it just for a second, and she says, Yes, this is a standard healing potion. That's yours.
Great. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then this one?
Oh, this is remarkably more interesting. What are you? Picks up the bottle. She unstoppers it. You see the smoke just out the top, and then the smoke disappears. But inside, the orange liquid is just flashing every now and again with like a yellow ember almost. Just, and then the smoke just starts to rebuild. Let me make sure I got the right one. Yep. This is a potion of fire breathing.
Whoa. Sorry.
As she
Owlbear Man has fire breath.
as she puts the stopper back on the bottle, you can now see the smoke start to fill between the gap between the liquid and the cork, and she hands the thing back to you.
Amazing. I'll just put it in my bag.
Okay.
Just so I don't know if you're doing anything later. If you wanted to join us, we're probably going to go back to the tavern or something. If not, that's totally cool though. That's fine. You're probably busy.
Roll a
I'm just
persuasion.
gonna leave.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
This
I'm
is
adding a
Bird's
third
thing now.
disadvantage because of my exhaustion. Just be clear.
I'm gonna mouth to her. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, not as bad as it could have been. It's a 7 minus 1 for a 6.
How bad could it have been, Tad?
It could have been,
She
it could have been a 0.
she just
Could have
she just
been.
looks at you and says, "Oh my sweet summer child," and then looks back
Yeah.
and then just looks back to Bird because apparently you had a second question.
That tracks.
She does. She wants to reach for that pouch with the black
Yes.
stone from the Parlor of Many Things.
Have we lost Jacob?
Nope.
Nope. Jordan.
Sorry, Jordan. Even
Jordan.
I've moved places. And so
Yeah. What happened?
Shelby's now the DM.
Yeah.
No!
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
No.
Sorry,
I was just
the
about to
dog-
roll a character then. Shit.
The dog demanded to go outside, so I had to.
I did see a head do this before it went
Staring
dark.
at me like this.
Oh, I can't wait to rewatch that.
Whoop.
Missed
It
it
just
totally.
the head just went. Literally like that, and then his screen went
I
dark.
apologize.
Brilliant. Sorry, Bird. What you did?
There was a black onyx stone, I believe, that I got from the Parlor of Many Things from the
Oh, from the ghost lady.
yes.
From the ghostly lady. Okay.
Yes.
So do you present it to her?
I do.
The second that you put it into her personal space,
Oh,
you
no.
you just hear a growl come from her. Little bit like
Her or the stone?
hang on. No, from her.
Okay.
A little bit like when Bilbo reaches for the ring from Frodo and his face goes
Take it back.
and she said, but
I'm
you
so sorry.
just hear two words come out of her mouth in like mid growl. You hear the Azexium, and the shop disappears. Her included. You're now standing in a wide open space. The buildings are 60, 70
No,
feet ahead of
that-
you. The sea is in front of you.
Well, that didn't help. I'm so sorry, guys.
Should you be wearing that on your neck?
It hasn't done anything to me yet.
You have nothing to apologize for.
Well, now I feel bad. She was really nice. She
I give her
Well-
purple Bugs Bird.
I was already rude to her today, and she was wonderful about it. So I'm sure she won't blame you either.
I would like a drink now.
Ship.
Shit.
Depth charge. Fire
Shit.
whiskey. Let's go.
Forget it. And she'll put it back in her little pocket pouch.
I'm
Okay.
pretending like nothing happened.
Okay. For those of you
Knowing
who,
that that's
who
not
want to
gonna
make a note of that word was azexium.
I'll let you guys know that.
Mark Songs, yes, it was azexium. And hello, first time person here.
Yeah, he's been here.
He's been here for a while, like the entire thing.
Yeah. Hi, new friend.
So, as you make your way back, to... I shouldn't do it myself, but I thought that's like it. As you make your way back to the ship, you also are joined now by Hylia, who... You did actually spell it right as well, yes, Mark. Hylia now joins you. She's in a bit of a merry mood. She's been spending some quality time with some people that she had to pay to spend some quality time with. But she's had a great day.
Okay.
I heard all those words. Okay.
Yeah, the Siren's salon is a place of favors. That was there. As she approaches the ship, she looks up and sees the blue flapping thing on deck with the small child. And oh God, where the hell's it gone now? Oh, yes. She looks up and she goes, "Oh God, Udro," and runs up the gangplank. And she's "Come here." And you see this thing just turn around and fly towards her and just perch on her shoulder. And as Toby looks up, she looks down at Toby and she says, "Who are you?" Virgil comes out from underneath the deck and comes up the stairs to the quarterdeck, and he looks at both of them and says, "Yeah, me got to tell you some tales now." He said, "Let's go have a drink." And she said, "I've been doing that all day." And she starts wandering off. And as she starts to disappear off, she just noticed that you were kind of starting to make your way up at the gangplank. And she looks at you and says, "Oh, sorry, this is Udro, my familiar. He is the powder monkey on ship." And the small guy just sort of like goes and then disappears. I don't know what that noise was. And then just they walk down onto ship.
If she's secretly evil and betrays us, I will never forgive you, Rob.
That would never happen in D&D.
That would never happen.
It happened last week.
I make no promises. I make no promises.
Oh my God.
As you look out over the main deck of the ship, as you're now alone, there's no crew, it's just you guys. As the sun starts to set in the distance, you can get your first glimpse on the very edge of the horizon of the tall, incredibly tall, towering metal and crystal spire that is the Sword of the Immortals, the magical force field emitting spire that keeps this world together. And as you find a quiet spot on deck to pull out the fire whiskey and have a chat, I'm going to leave this episode there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I knew it.
Man.
Aha! You guys have to wait for lore.
Guys, I've got
At
to.
least we're not letting you on a cliffhanger this time.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. Jesus.
No, I'm not always going to land you in abject peril and then say, "Right, we're coming back next week."
I mean, it happened a couple weeks in a row.
Did.
Yeah, I had to do a quick turnaround for this one. This was like, I've never done week on week before. This was fast, but
Yeah.
that. But to be honest, this is going to be hell on earth now because we've got to wait another 2 weeks before we play. This is going to be tough. However,
Yeah, we've got to figure that out, but yeah.
Yep.
right. Thank you,
That's
as
fun.
always, to all my players for playing this game. Thank you for everyone who came to watch. Yeah, so 2 weeks' time, we're going to pick this back up with a conversation on board ship as the sun sets over the Shimmer Sea.
I want to do the thing. No, it's
We'll
not
do
good.
the thing.
Not doing it.
Until then,
There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
the rave,
Hooray!
the rave. Fantastic. The zombies are happy again, and on that note, I'm going to end. So, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.